platform, we don't have multiple space time. We don't fix our space for 7 p.m. and start by, and you now see the space by 7:05. We don't speak, put our spaces and say our space is being hosted from here, why it's being hosted from there. We are straight to the point. And if you understand the sub, you get the sub. What I'm saying right now on the platform, that we adhere to rules and regulations on this platform, and it is important. It is important. I relate to all our day ones. Big shout out to you guys that have stayed with us, stick with us from day one up until this moment. I'm just so grateful and thankful to all of you. We appreciate you guys on the platform. And as we always say, laying the ground rules, it is important. I tell you guys this one more time. It is sacrosanct, it is mandatory. You give us our 25%. We are not like the 5 injustices of the appeal court. On this platform, we do justice. We are bringing 75% of the energy on the platform today, facts and figures based as we always do on the platform. And we are asking you to give us our 25% so that wahala no go dey. And when you hear 25%, it is simple. We are just saying you please retweet the space, share the space, like the space, and let the whole world know that the number 1 space on X is up and running. And as usual, we're taking no prisoners. We are taking no prisoners. Dead body go surplus. As I always say, dead body go surplus. So please, guys, indulge me in the next couple of seconds. Use your retweet buttons, use your act buttons, share this space. Let us go as far and wide as possible. Let's get Nigerians into this conversation. Now, to all of you listening to me from the YouTube channel, thank you very much. And finally, our radio is back, albeit with a little hinge. Please, our radio is back, but we'll be fully back and automated, hopefully before the weekend. But we are back also. So thank you to all of you that listen and we're listening out from the radio station, all of you from our Facebook channel, all of you for the YouTube channel. Thank you to every single one of you that have put out your time to come out to have this conversation today. It has been one that has been forthcoming. I just felt like yesterday when I was almost sleeping doing what I was doing, and when the news broke, it was just like something fell out of my body. There was this huge sign of relief. I don't know if it was only me, but I don't know whether it happened to any other person. But for me, myself, it was like a mighty stone was taken out of my neck or from my back. Because I kept asking myself, for the past couple of weeks, for the past couple of months, we have been discussing this thing. We have been saying this thing. And you see the children of the roasted corn, the children of the sacrifice, the children of the evil forest. They will always come and say, you people are just, it's David Hunde. Big shout out to David Hunde. I just want to use this moment also to say shout out to David Hunde. You are, I say in every generation, every generation needs a David. Because every generation has a Goliath. And it only takes a David to pull down that Goliath. And in our generation, God raised one for us that does not understand what he has done. He has sacrificed everything to get us where we are today. And with the collectives of all of you, every single of you that have put in your time, that have been tweeting when we say, come out here and tweet this, or come out here and say, hashtag this, because we have done the hard work. People have sacrificed their time, their money, their effort, saying this man is a criminal. But the children of the evil forest always come out and gaslight us and tell us, you people are just following David. David is fake news. David is this. It is that one. It is this one. And I kept asking myself, to the point that we came up on this platform, and you see how Nigeria is so wicked and bad, is that Nigeria will mess up with your orientation. I was having a chat yesterday before the drop. Well, in Nigeria. And I told him, I said, bro, I see the fear. I see the suspicious. Because of how messed up Nigeria has messed up. You guys know what happened on the last place here when Jimmy aired us this in live. We're live from Chicago. And we're having that go back and forth. I was like, what Tinubu cannot corrupt does not exist. I was vividly scared that it's possible that these people will still go and corrupt these American judges. Jimmy say, no, it is system. The system is almost my brain. I was like, I'm living in paranoia. I say, what is this? Because I'm looking at what we have seen this evidence before us. David has subpoenaed these people. I think when we were having before going to court, ENDSears was always saying, Saddam, you people should even forget this drug dealing case. Let us focus on the perjury. I have done extensive work on it. ENDSears was hammering it. I was like, my brother, leave this perjury thing. Until the day he sent me a link and I went, I was like, oh my God. I read for myself and I was like, no, it's either we are totally hypnotized in that country that we cannot, that we don't know what we don't know what is truly happening in that country, or there is something somewhere. There's something in the end has made Nigerians totally forget about a man that totally has no records. Everything about this man is fake. There is nothing you point to this man that you say is real. Nothing you can point to this man. Is it his date of birth? That is the first. That we are coming out on in this world. The first thing you will get is your date of birth. Some people say time and date of birth. They say he was given birth to by 12 a.m. 19 something. We all know these things. The first thing in a man's life is your date of birth, and this man has, if not 2, but 3. Then you now look at and say, then after the date of birth, they will now look at his, as the doctors in the house, please, I might go off the line, but I'm trying to bring something. When you now born the child and you now write down his date, they will now, the children will come out with clothes. They will now look at the child private parts and see whether it's standing or it is not standing. If it is not standing, if it is just flat, they say it's a gender female. If it is standing, they say gender what? Male. That is the second thing. So I'm trying to take you guys to understand how humanity forms, because this one he appeared from nowhere. You start from date of birth, then you go to the gender of the child. Then you assign the child a gender, male or female. In this man's case, date of birth unknown, discrepancies, gender unknown. He came from Nigeria, he was a man. He went to America and became a woman. He came back to Nigeria and became a man. And so in America, he became a black American. Social security number. Please, Jimmy, I'm saying something. So probably when you're making a submission, or you guys have American, this thing, come and correct me, please. Do black students, as in students that travel like this now, I want to know whether they have social security number also, or is it for citizens? Please, I would like to know. The next thing, your name. When you give birth to a child, you give the child a name. I want you guys to understand.
Saddam, do you want me to speak about it now, or you just mentioned it?
Please, if you can help me, just help me. Let me just know, please.
Yeah, well, I spoke about it on a different space today. The thing is, as a student, they can give you a temporary social security number you can use as a student, and that will require you to only work for like 16 hours a day. And after that, I think it's more or less useless after a certain period of time. Then another one you can get is a ITIN number, which is only for immigrants that wants to work in the United States, and that's just for tax purpose. And besides that, though, some Americans, that people that have blue passport and what's it called, 10 years, when they give them socials, they actually help maybe Nigerians, immigrants that don't have papers to get a job. You can use that to get a job. It is not legal, but they do it. But you cannot use it to go and study. You can only use it to get a job, and when you make money out of it at the end of the year, you'll be responsible for the tax.
I want to ask, how can you differentiate when you say social security number of a citizen from that of an immigrant, from that of...
No.
Can you get those numbers?
No, you can't, except you do deep digging on those numbers. It's not as if all the numbers, they're all 9. 9 in total, right? So
Okay.
except you do your findings on it, you want to do a background check on it. When you type in the social security number, it will bring out the name of the person that it was allocated to, and probably the year it was allocated to the person. It will bring out the person's information. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. So, for benefit of doubt, he has social security number. Let's accept you have social security number. Bola A.
Bro, it doesn't though.
A.
It doesn't have a social security, because the social security
You
number.
know get the one
Okay.
where they form. No?
The one on the form is for a lady, because I checked it myself too. A lot of people did check, and it's
Oh,
for a
okay.
lady.
So I'm on point.
Yeah,
I'm on
you're on
point.
point. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because I wanted to give him one. I wanted to give him. Let's say let's assume that he has social security number. He does not even have. Then you now come to the form now that we're seeing, because all through our pre-election spaces that we're having, all the information we're having was that how he helped. He graduated from Government College Ibadan. How he told the Government College Ibadan people now he said that he claimed he graduated from there, they don't know him. It was all Government College Ibadan. I never heard of Government College Lagos. I never heard until yesterday. Yesterday was the first time in my life I heard that there was a Government College Lagos. And he now said from the form that we saw, because I'm saying this for you guys to understand the breakdown of what we read yesterday. I'm just reading from some people's transcript and what people broke down. That he graduated in 1970. Meanwhile, Government College Lagos started from 1974. So he graduated before the school started. And you remember that famous tape, great men went to school from home. So great men graduated from school before the school was formed. Look at this man, look at the death surrounding this man, and you will still see people. I was expecting that today we'll come on social media and we'll be seeing apologies. Guys, so sorry for the past couple of months. I'm so sorry that I supported this man. I've seen everything that you guys have been saying, and I eat my humble pie, and I say for Nigeria to move ahead. Let's come to a table. But I truly now say that this man is a fraudster. He's a criminal. You guys have been calling him a criminal certificate forger. You guys are right. I was expecting this. At least from when I mean expecting this, I was expecting from at least the ones that labored genuinely and went to school and are supporting him today. I'm not expecting it from the ones that their brains have been sacrificed. I was expecting from those ones that were opening up spaces, were having big things to say about the young girl called Mesoma that engaged in jam fraud. We all remember how the atmosphere was. We remember seeing it. Look, today's a day that we're going to call out so many things because the hypocrisy in Nigeria has to stop. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no business by tomorrow morning. First thing tomorrow morning, not tendering his resignation letter in this, they say, Omo, the debt on me is too much. The Senate had to open a committee because of a 19-year-old girl. A 19-year-old girl that nobody knows. That has not done 1/10 of what this freaking criminal in Aso Rock has done. There was a committee set for this girl. All your media houses, every single one of them, Mesoma, every freaking single day. And rightfully so. Because as a society, we should not condone criminality. I was so happy that they were doing this. Yes, let's expose frauds. Thinking that these people were truly exposing fraud. But alas, something bigger than Mesoma is here. Something that the whole world has been waiting for. Something that the man openly used his mouth to claim. There are all signs and indications that Bola Ahmed Tinubu knew that that what was tendered yesterday does not belong to him. Who comes out and say, if you release my certificate, it will cost me irreparable damage? Who comes out and says such things? If you truly went to this school, there is no reason why you shouldn't tender those documents. I was so proud listening to Peter Obi speak on Arise TV, I think 2 days ago, and he said something. He made examples of Abraham Lincoln, of Churchill Winston, Churchill of the UK, and Abraham Lincoln of America. He said, you do not have to go to school to be a great leader. It is not a must. That's why I think the least certification to be a president in Nigeria is your GCE, your WAEC. If you have your WAEC, you tender your WAEC and you can run your president stuff and get there. But where there is a problem is where you lie to Nigerians. You wake up and say you are this, you are, I'm the first. Imagine, Tinubu no rate Nigerians, I swear to God. And I don't freaking blame him actually, because I blame we Nigerians. That we are so used to being bamboozled by criminals. That we so worship them. That right now that we are meant to be calling for this man's head, Tinubu should be stoned on the streets. What he has done to the reputation of Nigeria. Do you understand that every single Nigerian stands right now that your documentation in anywhere working in the world can go up for verification? When this disposition comes out, rightfully so, and it is now making headlines along all the major international media houses, do you understand the ramification it will do to over 20 million Nigerians working hard across the world in diaspora? Do we even understand the implications? Because if you could not checkmate someone that used fake documents and rose to the pinnacle of the highest position in the land, the biggest black nation on earth, if you can fake it, what is making you that are working in Silicon Valley, you did not fake your own? What is it that is making you working in one of those big tech or one of those pharmaceuticals or one of those colleges in Europe that you did not fake your documents? These are the questions that they will start asking Nigerians. So if for anything, if he's not one thing you can say anything about him, one thing you cannot say about him is he's not a honorable man. He's a criminal, as he has been proven. We have been screaming on this platform for so long. The criminal drug baron, the certificate forger, and it looks like we're just yabbing the man. Alas, he don't cast. It's now time to eat breakfast. Guys, welcome to the violence phase. Before I pass the mic, I just want to say something to the fake news media and to every Nigerian here on the platform listening to us. For you guys to understand that if last night did not show you what you're up against, you might never learn. If you did not look back yesterday and see the coordinated attack to water down what happened yesterday on your mainstream media, you might never learn and understand why Nigeria is where we are today. I asked a question yesterday and I made it. I said, imagine my people on this platform, imagine that we do not have Twitter, X, or social media. Just imagine that we are still in 1996 in a democracy under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Who would have even known that we are fighting in court? Who would have known that Atiku went to Chicago first? Who would have even known? And when you bring it out, who will even put it out there? Who will even know? I posted it on my WhatsApp story yesterday. And people were saying, what didn't happen? What didn't happen? Even Nigerians in Nigeria that have social media do not even know about this. We have just 4 million Nigerians in Nigeria using Twitter. I want to expose some things for all of us to understand today. We have just 4 million Nigerians in Nigeria using Twitter. Out of 200 million people, plus 4 million, they use Twitter. Then the rest of us in diaspora. In the 4 million people, if you do it with data, with the high cost of price and everything, we can say we have less than 2 million active users in Nigeria. I want you guys to understand what we are up against, my brothers and sisters on this platform. Understand why yesterday they openly used their chest. Vanguard, Punch, Premium Times, even Arise, and Twitter what they tweeted yesterday. that CSU confirmed, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to CSU. Court confirms. They openly use their chest to tweet it because you're not their audience. You are not their audience. Their audience are that 200, 198 or 196 million Nigerians that are not on Twitter. Those are their audience. Because when you go and read their dailies today, that will be their headline. Across all the newspaper stands in Nigeria, across all your local radio stations, across all your local TV stations, and across almost all your Nigerian satellite stations, the headlines will be read. What you saw on Twitter is that we were shouting fake news, fake news. It's what they will read for your people back home. And that is why when you wonder, why are Nigerians not agitated? Why are Nigerians not angry enough? Why are Nigerians not pushing? Why are Nigerians not? Because Nigerians are not informed. Tinubu has successfully captured the state. It is a hard truth. I had to come to that realization and say, oh, that is why when they wanted it for Nigerians to hit the streets and divert their anger, they had to push it and promote the death of the young man, may God rest his soul, Mohbad, and it was across all your mainstream media. It was headline in every newspaper. It was, why, ask yourself, my brothers and sisters, why Vanguard headline today is not Tinubu's disposition? This should be headline of any national daily anywhere in the world. That the president of a nation is having his certificate under scrutiny. It should be the headline across every news media. Today I woke up this morning and I just did something. I went to all the news media in Nigeria, all their websites. God is my witness. I went to all. From Vanguard, I went to Leadership, I went to Punch, I went to Sahara, I went to virtually all their websites. Before I made the tweet, I made today and I said, headline. Let me find headline. My God have mercy. My people, you know it's you. Headline. Oni begs Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu. Oni begs Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu. Headline. Mixed reactions greet Tinubu's daughter over Independence Day message. Headline. Kanu DSS arrest lady 22 for alleged suicide threat. Headline. I was looking across the headlines for where they are talking about the most important thing that should be discussed in Nigeria. No media is talking about it. All your media has been compromised. Every single one of them. Every single. It is a shame where we are right now in this country. And that's why we're saying this. I'm saying all the time. Please, Nigerians, to salvage Nigerians, to salvage this country lies in our hands. It lies in our hands to be active. To be intentional. We have to be intentional in our messaging. We have to be intentional in what we're doing. You just have to understand that you on yourself, you're a media. You have to understand that your circle of friends, your WhatsApp groups, your social media platforms, every single one, you are using it. Because if you're freaking waiting for a judge to stand up, how can someone sleeping stand up? How do you expect them to freaking stand up? They don't even know what is happening. They will on their 7 o'clock news in the morning on their way to work and they're discussing of Tinubu's daughter's speech. The task ahead of us, my brothers and sisters, is very enormous, but it is something that is not insurmountable. It is something that we, when we understand and consciously put our efforts towards citizen journalism, supporting independent journalism, please, let me say it one more time. If you're not following Parent Facts, you're on a very long team. If you're not following them, David Hunde, Pido M, all these people doing all this thing to bring real journalism to you. You know they try. Reportera, follow. And amplify the voice of these platforms. And if possible, I beg, start your own. Even if now your papa and your mama and your brothers and sisters, they get that from you. You're giving them actual factual news, information. You're doing something right. And when I say welcome to the Violence Space, my brothers and sisters, hopefully today again, it becomes a very interesting, educative, platform that we come out today and Nigerians speak. So please, you're all welcome to come and speak. Let us know. And we are calling for the dishonorable man, criminal that has found his way, he has bribed himself to Aso Rock to please honorably resign. Because for me, I'm saying this October is an October to remember. It started very, very well. And hopefully, with the FBI 2,500 pages, it will end very well. Welcome to the Violence Space, my brothers and sisters. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Welcome in Nigeria. Jimmy, Big Brother Ibrahim, good to have you on the platform again. I see all of you requesting for the mic. It's going to be an open platform for everybody to have wonderful conversation. I just want to hear what you guys have been saying. I want to hear what Violenzers have to say about this issue today. Please, guys, permit me, use the hashtag Tinubu resign now, as we have always done on this platform. That hashtag must trend this night. Go into tomorrow. Every single one of us on the platform right now, please make 1 tweet, 2 tweets, 3 tweets. And when you see the hashtag, people with the hashtag, all our big handles on the platform, I see every single one of you. Please make for us tweets. I beg una. Let's make tweets with Tinubu must. Tinubu resign now. Even though the dishonorable man we will not do it. But let it be heard and said that Nigerians came out in their numbers and called for the criminal drug baron and certificate forger to resign now. Welcome to the Violence Space. ENDSears, I don't know if you are there. If you are here, I would like to. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from every single of you, my boy. I want to know. I want to pick people's brains and see and understand where you guys have been. Have you been excited as I've been? What do you think about what has been happening in the past couple of hours? Welcome to the Violence Space. ENDSears, if you're there, please take it away from here. ENDSears, can you hear me? Okay, he sent me a message. Okay. Well, Nigeria, please, if you can hear me, build the cart.
You know,
Next one.
the controversies are on ending because
I'm resolving them one by one. I'm resolving them one by one. You are the one playing it all. I'm giving you answers.
We're having a conversation.
No, but
we're
I'm
having
telling you that you are not playing it all.
Really.
Because people, let me tell you there, people just take stories out of social media and regurgitate them on networks like this. Regurgitating on social media.
We're not talking about social media reports.
No, but this is social media.
In 1999, when he was running, the certificates that he dropped out right now, and the forms that he did submit right now to run for president, the certificates, there's discrepancy there that has been noticed.
Chicago State University.
That wasn't submitted in 1999.
Which one did he submit?
Where's the primary?
I just explained that to you now.
You're confirming to us that he didn't go to a primary school. Is that what you're saying?
But I think people take pride in so many other things except Nigeria. And I mean, and I'm not even talking about, I mean people within the corridors of power in one way or the other. Because I personally, I understand, I understand the concept of having bias towards a candidate, right? Or towards a particular person. But what I do not understand is how a media outlet can write outrightly false. And so my point is that it's okay if you try to garnish the story to soft. You saw like what Farouk did today, trying to say, oh well, Tinubu really attended Chicago State University, but he misplaced his certificate, so he needed to forge a replacement. I mean, if you want to go through that route, maybe. But what I think is outrightly disturbing, not because it is new, not because I'm surprised, but really because I feel like anybody that really has concerns for Nigeria should be disturbed. I know for us on Twitter, that yesterday may not really be, how do I put it now? What happened yesterday may not really be for us on Twitter, and that I think that's the problem most of the time. We just think, okay, we were there, we don't know saying our fake news. I mean, before you even go to the comment section, you see people already saying fake news. So we may tend to think that is how it is also on ground, like in within people like that man on the street who doesn't have access to a sophisticated platform like Twitter, right? Or like X currently. So it gave me a new dimension of the thought of how deep this state capture. So we are in a scenario where every platform, every body, like when I say body now, like organization, that can literally be of help to the public has been bought. So we start from what, of course, the legislative is already gone. Those are like, those ones are, swimming, eating inside corruption. So I don't think anybody expects those senators or House of Rep people to be the saviors of Nigeria. But, then you go to the executive and every agency under the executive is gone, DSS, nonsense. I mean, the military, you have, officers within the lower cadre who are angry or, would have wanted to do better, but of course, that's one place where obey the last command is the word, is the catchphrase. So you probably expect nothing from there because everybody within the top hierarchy of the military is gone, literally bought. Then, I mean, INEC is supposed to be an independent body, right? Even though it's funded by the state, not really by this, it's funded by public money, by taxpayers' money, but approved by the government. But INEC is supposed to be independent. But I mean, it's no news that we've lost INEC. And when I say we, I mean the public, I mean the people, and I need people to really understand where we are at. So we don't make the mistake of thinking there's a group of people somewhere that's coming to rescue. So the next set of people is more like, of course, the judiciary. And if there is anything to go by, meanwhile, shout out and congratulations to Prof. Nasarawa State. I said, that on its own. Whoever saw those women protest and had the mind to give the wrong judgment, that's not a human being. But back to what I was saying, the judiciary, from a broader spectrum, is also bought. So the judiciary is gone. I mean, we can hope, pray, and really hope and pray that, the Supreme Court does something. But I want to believe in the heart of every Nigerian. You should. And if you don't, I will advise you to. So you don't, except maybe you are just saying, I mean, you'll not be surprised, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't have hope. I'm not saying don't pray. I'm not saying don't whatever Supreme Court. But I can bet for almost certain that the Supreme Court has the highest level of corruption, probably more than the appeal court. So that is gone. So what they call media, typically, I think people call it the fourth estate of the realm or something like that. So the media is more like an arm of the government that is supposed to be, 100% independent. They are quote unquote now not funded by the government or not supposed to be funded by the government. But we have media in Nigeria. Literally, I feel like the media is worse than I thought the judiciary was bad, or I think they are bad, but I think the media is worse. Because everything that happens, I mean, corrupt politicians can go ahead and do their corruption. The judiciary can go ahead and do their judicial corruption. Everybody can be corrupt. But if the media successfully is able to transfer the news of those corruption to the people, then you will be rest assured. For example, places like, Njenje and all these places that we see, people having uprising. Of course, the media is not really as free should be. But I want to believe that one of the reasons why people can easily even rise up is when they feel like they know what is going on. So typically, like I was saying, two of us on Twitter may feel like, oh, this information we get like on Twitter, or on X, and we just work it, like we just see that okay, it's normal now. We know these things. For people, and I mean, I'm not even talking about. So when I say people on ground, I'm not talking about illiterate. So people don't think I'm talking about people that did not go to school. I mean people that are educated, people that are quote unquote literate, right? And they don't know what is really happening. Because why? The media platforms that they can rely on is giving outrightly false news. So for me, I think that's disturbing. And what I told a couple of people yesterday was that we should know by now that each and every one of us becomes a media outlet by default. As in, you, as you are here now. And thank God for, the question Saddam asked yesterday. I really don't want to imagine it. Like, if you just really can close your eyes and just, take away every effect of X and maybe even social, just X. Because I don't think, Facebook and all those other places are maybe not as, carried along as X is. So you just get to imagine what would have happened. Imagine all you can rely on is the cable. Just imagine if all you could have relied on yesterday was the cable. And what the cable reported, which is what you could rely on yesterday, was that CSU releases Tinubu's academic record, authenticates certificate. Or what you could rely on was the nation. The nation that went as far as saying CSU confirms Tinubu graduated from school in 1979. I think the most damning one for me, or one of the most damning one, was PM News. I don't know whoever or whatever that is. That literally said, Atiku's fishing fails as Chicago State University finds diplomas matching Tinubu's record. As in, I'm like, I literally cringe because I'm like, I mean, I understand you want to, you are doing ISB or whatever you are doing. Maybe you already paid. This is a job for you, but grow some level of conscience. Just grow some level of conscience. So for me, that's something that every one of us should worry about and be intentional. Emphasis on the word intentional. Because for me, like I said, after the court judgment, it won't just be enough for us to vent. It won't just be enough for us to, call out and drag. We need like massive, I think, like what we need to do is a massive overhauling of the system taken over by the people. So we simply means each and every one of us now has to become a media platform. So I really want to beg everybody on this space that don't assume that, someone else will do it. Don't think, I'm not very, I'm not popular. It's just how many followers I have on Instagram. What do I? Please take it and put it there. And like I said yesterday, I feel like WhatsApp status is probably the new TV. I haven't seen people that do WhatsApp TV or WhatsApp status TV. I don't know how they do it, but the WhatsApp status is probably the new TV. And I really just want to urge everybody that those are the kind of things you can do to be active, because it's not okay to just vent. You need to, people are not going to, for one, I know how many people from putting it on my status, how many people have, at least replied with emojis and just said, oh, more, wow, this. And all I needed to do was simple. All I needed to do was go on the timeline, take a couple of screenshots of people's, tweets, the fake news part of it, flagged it, and brought out the real news, support it with the evidence and document. And people are going to see it. I mean, you may say, how many we might not get to, but let it be that you did it, and hopefully one or two people that got it from you will keep. And that's the little we can start doing from now. Because, the Nigerian media. I want you to just imagine that all the vex that we are vexing on X, the vexing is not really transferring to, okay, let me put it like this. Like Saddam said, which is really the truth. The way Nigerians protested for Mohbad, you can literally tell that it's not all those people that came out for Mohbad, 90% of them didn't know Mohbad where he was alive. I mean, we can argue that, he had a strong spirit, go through that route, and I totally agree. But you can't take away the fact that these were just an example of angry people who just saw a place to now channel their anger, and they channeled it to Mohbad. And the reason why the government they didn't try to stop it is that they knew that was at least a fair place to allow people to dissipate their anger. Like, people are angry, allow them put it there, so that, I mean, who says Mohbad, just let them put it there. That's what what is happening in Nigeria is mind-boggling. It's literally, it's almost like people controlling people's mind, literally. So
hypnosis, my brother, is hypnosis.
Virtual hypnosis, really. So our job is cut out for us. For what, personally, I think maybe anytime from now, I don't know how fast it will be, we'll probably get, so some people probably did not know this. This particular CSU case has two faces, or, two major faces, right? After the court gave their judgment. The first thing is to release document, which is the one we have seen. The next one is the deposition, which is one I think I'm more eager to hear what, I really hope that comes out in public. I was really hoping it comes out tonight. Maybe while we're on the space, we may start getting feelers. I know the deposition was already ongoing. Probably it's finished by now. I think it was supposed to happen for about 7 hours. I'm not so sure. But hopefully, maybe if Jimmy has any updates by the time he speaks, he can give the update. But if he doesn't have yet, maybe while we're on the space, we can get more updates. Because what the deposition would really look like is that a staff of CSU will need to answer questions. So it's not just enough for them to release documents and claim that they can't find Tinubu's certificate, but they can. The funny words they use, from deep search, they are able to find the ones from that year, others from that year, but they can't find the one for Tinubu, right? And lo and behold, the one for that year that they brought out proved very clearly that Tinubu forged his certificate. And for me, it was very easy to connect the dots. So basically, what really happened is whoever Tinubu triggered to forge that certificate sometime in 1999 did not bother to do any checking to discover that, this certificate now may not be the one that they were using in 1970. They may have changed fonts, they may have changed this and that. The person just went, get whatever I was seeing recently, signed by recent people. And so it just, and the truth is that it was easy to do then because these are people that have gotten used to doing anything and getting away with it. So some of these mistakes that we are seeing now, some people may think that can you make this kind of mistake? Is true. This kind of mind supposed to be smart and sophisticated? No. Let me tell you what is happening or what happened. These people are used to committing crime, small, big, medium, and getting away with it. So this guy never thought at any point that any set of persons will go to this extent of following this up. Because the truth is that if not for the obedient movement, maybe Atiku would have still gone to court. Maybe they would have still released this document. Maybe all these things that we are seeing now would have happened, but it will not be an issue. How many of us here, apart from maybe the lawyers that followed cases, knows people that, apart from maybe maybe the Bayelsa guy that was now obvious because the judgment was passed a day before his swearing in and all that, like all those dramatic scenarios. But I'm sure a lot of us here probably don't know how many people that have forged certificate before. So we are living in a time where that this guy never predicted. That's why what you may consider as a mistake too dull to make, they made it with full consciousness of their impunity. So for me, I'm looking forward to the witness deposition. I think everything that have been flagged, the gender and all that, I don't want to say all that so that it seems that people come and say, because they've accused us that we say things that after we say everything, people will not have any other thing to come and say. So that's why I just wanted to point out really the real deep danger of that, of what we have in the media sector, so that we will just know. For example, now we already know that our judiciary we are not getting anything from our judiciary. So some of us now are probably just sitting and waiting for the Nigerian uprising and all that. But the truth is that what is between that uprising and where we are now is information. So Nigerians will only work with the information they get. And as it stands now, the information they get is only... I even saw, due respect to OG, but I even saw the way even, Arise tried to look at, and I have a kind of like a faint, because I imagine, what happens in scenarios a lot. I have a kind of like a faint idea of what might be happening in Arise currently. I so much believe that Rufai will be very angry, like just angry because, but of course, it's where he works. He can't go against management, and if you see yesterday or from yesterday to today, Rufai has actually been venting more online. That can tell you that, my company, where they work, they don't buy those people. Me, I will just go do my own online, because that's a typical consciousness that I think that is happening to that guy now. So for us, I think we all know where the problem is. It's how to solve it and how you can contribute to solving it that you should really be thinking about. But still, if you are a great man and you school from home and you pass GCE, I will appreciate if you come and tell us, except you want to tell us that on this space today, we don't have great men. All right, Saddam, thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Great men, school from. Yes, now, great men, yes, the school from. Oh my goodness. Look at how low we have sunk as a people. It is just a shame how what APC have done to Nigerians. And you see, when we say this is like, when we say on this platform, hate APC, Nigerians hate APC. It's not as if there's anything we are saying that is bad. It's just that those people don't deserve, APC don't deserve to be in leadership in any country that works. They don't deserve it. In Parliament, in Buhari's 8 years, we were on strike for 2 years cumulative. Our university was on strike for 2 good years. 2 good years in 8 years. They don't care about education. So they tried and did everything to kill education so that our young ones, the future of tomorrow, will not see value for education. You now see young Nigerians supporting and saying all nonsense about supporting this freaking criminal drug baron today. And you begin to ask yourself questions. But yeah, that's what we have today as a people. Well, guys, thank you. Welcome to the Violence Space. If you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Please, we're trending Tinubu resign now. Make choice for us with that hashtag so that by the end of the space today, we will have that the hashtag trending. ENDSears, I don't know if you're ready to speak. If you're not, I think we will now rush to Jimmy, then Ibrahim in that order. Jimmy, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. Oh boy. I'm getting some feedbacks from the court deposition. It's a mess. It is a mess. So there is one Mr. Folabi that's representing Tinubu as his lawyer. Apparently, the Mr. Folabi had access to the documentation, the certificate in question, and the letters in question. And he tendered that to the public, INEC or whatever, he tendered it to them. But guess what? The representative of CSU, they talk, say, we did not stamp that letter. We did not stamp that letter. And they asked him, but that's a CSU stamp. The guy said, well, it must have been done in Nigeria because it's a Nigerian thing. Listen to that statement. It must have been done in Nigeria because it's a Nigerian thing to forge. Yes. Now open mouth. No worry. The video, the recording, the transcript, everything will be out. He said it must have been done because this is a CSU lawyer telling the judge, because the deposition is more like articles, people asking the questions. They'll be the one grilling them. They need to shed more light on a lot of things going on. And they are the ones asking questions. So now people will they answer those
Sorry,
questions
Jimmy.
that they're asking.
I'm one wait.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, sir, because this is the position. They bought me for. Wait, which letter? Do you have any idea the specific letter they're talking about currently?
Everything that came out of anything where you now see, where they use for court of appeal, say nothing. They won't use and proof say nothing. Tinubu get this one, the letter, the certificate, everything, because it was gotten through the lawyer, Mr. Afolabi. Now, through that, Mr. Afolabi is the legal representative of Tinubu in America. So now that one get them. Now you know I seen they package that letter. Come on. It is true that someone in the school wrote that letter, but they did not stamp it. So they asked the lawyer representative, say, how come there is a stamp of CSU on this? See, last, they go sue themselves. Because the lawyer they talk say, true, write that letter, but we no stamp am. No be we stamp am. But nah, CSU stamp be this one now. The guy say, yeah, it looks like it, but you know it's a Nigerian thing. They must have come up with a way to get it done. That is how messed up. Do you know the narrative? Because look, this deposition is not just going to be within the court. It will go out there. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will listen to it. This is what, as a matter of fact, I'm sure this international media, they are waiting for the deposition, because what they saw yesterday might not really call it out for them. The deposition is waiting and talk on that hold is what they want to throw out there. That is what they will be holding on to on that hold. Oh my God. Wọ́n ṣe ń kọ́ bí fún yín. Ẹni kò sẹ́ni tó máa bí yín. Wọ́n ṣe ń ṣéwu fún yín. Ẹni kò ní ṣéwu. Ewu ti wà báyìí o. Ewu ti wà báyìí. There is problem. It will touch everybody. Let me repeat it. Wọ́n ṣe ń kọ́ bí fún yín. Ẹni kò sẹ́ni tó máa bí yín léèrè. Wọ́n ti ń bí yín báyìí. They are asking you guys now. Wọ́n ti ń bí yín léèrè báyìí. Àmọ́ àwọn babaláwo tó ń ṣe sí ewu fún yín, tó ní kò ní séwu. Ewu ti wà báyìí. There is problem. Everything that is happening right now, I'm sure there is a reason why they did not do that in life. Because if they do on life, hey, number one, I go to that court. I go there shout for that court. I go there say, I know they go come out to me for that courtroom. This is the level at which we are as a country. And you have mad people. You have mad people coming out to say, we don't even care if his certificate was forged. We don't care. Abraham Lincoln no go school. Lagbaja no go school. Tamedu no go primary school. Chapateri no go secondary school. It is not a matter of you went to school or not. He tendered fake documents. He tendered a fake freaking document. And you have bastards all over social media. Did you guys see what happened yesterday? They had the anniversary yesterday and they all went out with one single narrative. Gaslight them as much as you can. Change that narrative. Change that story. Twist it. But guess what? We have the numbers. You see, you guys planned. You planned. They don't plan for the election for a very long time. It's a strategy for the past 30 years. It's in plan. But guess what? Calculate obedient movement. Kò sínú calculation yín. Kò sínú ìṣirò yín. Look, it is a different ball game entirely. It is a different ball game. You stole people's hope. And you think you can just go. What's the law? You know, Kole law. Kole law. Itakun. Tony Kaja no kuma lodo mu ateni no John law. It is impossible for you to get away with this shenanigan. It is not business as usual. You stole from the people. You stole a mother's child. After every pregnancy for 9 months, we're nursing that pregnancy up and down. Since is it May last year? Digba. 9 months. Coincidentally, the 9 months was exactly when we're going out there to vote, election time. We voted. We were bullied. We were disenfranchised. We were killed. We were hurt. We were stampled. We were disgraced. We were castigated. We were spat on. Well, guess what? We still won the election. We won the election. They could not believe it. They thought we rigged the election. We didn't even have the number. We won that election on a landslide. It was a mind-boggling thing to them. And the best thing they could do is just, emergency wuru-wuru. Emergency wuru-wuru. You claim you won an election, but you cannot prove it. Has anyone been to the IREV lately? I think it's on 99% or 98%. Lati February. And on the IREV right now, Tinubu won 15, P2B won 15 states, not 12. The IREV, where they talk about
Tinubu, 16 plus Abuja. 16 plus Abuja.
16. I don't forget.
Yeah, 15 states plus Abuja 16.
No. Now 16 states in total now.
On the
Abuja don't turn states. Abuja now don't turn states. And we get the governor. The governor of Abuja, they here now. Governor of Abuja, they here now on top of this space with her. You go speak very soon. He won. Peter Obi won that election. Clean and clear. We can prove it. He had the proof. He took everything to court. They no agree look am. Even the IREF said, he did IREF, they no agree look am. But guess what? You said you won the election, but you cannot even come out to defend how you won that election. You cannot come out to prove to us that this was how they calculated your win. This was how they calculated how you won that freaking election. And you think you can come and steal that baby. Baby to get pay, ojo, I want to eat suya. I want to drink coke. I want to eat beans with elephant meat. We were doing every single thing to nurse that baby. We bought that baby on election day. Bouncing baby boy. You stole that child. And you think the mother will be calm. You feel the wrath of a mother. And that is what is going on now. And we have some shameless people on social media saying, Atiku is a disgrace. How will you humiliate your friend like that? Someone that has humiliated the country. He humiliated the country. He brazenly stole the freaking election. Broad daylight. Democratic coup. Ansoro, Atiku disgrace. On pa koto disgrace here. Tani won ba disgrace bi o ba nse ohun. Afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́ àti rí fùrọ̀ Turkey. Gbogbo n tẹ́ ṣe tí lè fi jó àti rí báyìí. We've seen every goddamn thing now. Everything flying around for the past couple of years, they say this, we saw this, we saw that on social media. Now, what did he legit confirm on the buy? What if we tell you? It is now confirmed, authentic. That is what it is now. It's a Monto Bolu in Nigeria. Because right now, after this deposition, Nigeria will have a brand new name. people will have a different perspective about that country, including people in diaspora. Diaspora it won't reach out that much. It will hit us, but it won't be that much. Because we've made names for ourselves. We just need to work extra to let them know that the same Jimmy you know yesterday, the same Steven you know yesterday, the same Pearls, Sada, well-meaning you know yesterday, we are still the same thing. And we'll keep standing on the right part of history. And that is what will make us different. That is the thing. We'll always see, when I come on spaces and I see people that align with my thoughts alone, that makes me happy that I'm not mad. I am not mad. I know I'm not alone. And I'm on the right part of history. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. People coming out now throwing titles and their age. Look, even if you are the after party of the Israelites when they left Egypt, I don't give a fuck who you are. How old you are, you be Methuselah. When Egyptians, when they chase Israelites, when they crash for ocean, you did there when the Israelites they do after party, then they jump, they dance, say yes, they don't escape. You did there for the after party. I don't care who you are. As long as you're not on the right side of history, as long as you call black white, as long as you lie through your teeth, I don't care who you are. Go to hell. Go to hell. All the narratives you taught us when we were growing up, Omotoba Paro, Oma Jali, all those things are now bull crap. If you lie, you steal. But now, Omo mi o mo we, I'm land writing. Olori buruku omo ni o. Olo buku money. My kids is not brilliant, but it's got sexy handwriting. I better go throw that picking. Go throw it out. Now what did they happen to Tinubu now with that? You don't have to be educated to be someone in life. But do not come and lie to us. Do not come and tell us what you are not. No. And during that process, you are now lying, taking us for a fool. And you have all these useless APC e-talks and e-bats. They will come along to tell you, they've authenticated the certificates that yes, he's schooled in that, he went to that school, he's schooled in Chicago State University. You know why? You guys are ready to destroy that country to the ground. And you don't care what it will take. It's more like a tribe thing to every single one of you. This is not a fight between Hausa and Igbo. It is not a fucking fight between Yoruba and Igbo. It is a fight between darkness and light. No matter how long it takes, obedient, well-meaning Nigerians. Congratulations. Ati Jajayi. You know what? Letting this thing out is one thing. Acting about it is another thing. I tweeted about it a few days ago. Getting to the bottom of this is not a problem because I know we will get to the bottom of it. And it will be out there in the public. What are we going to do about it? For every action, there is an equal or more reaction. What are we going to do about it? Now, they've increased the volume of that conformity experiment. Once it booms, they've increased the volume. So, this is how it works. They're on the phase 4 now. Now, they are messing with your psychic. They are messing with your mindset. They are messing with your thinking faculty. And this is how it works. The moment the results, the announcement happened yesterday, and they started distributing this thing, the evidence is all over social media. Did you see what happened with the medias? They were all coming up with, yes, they've authenticated that he went to that school. 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 Now, these are newspapers that you grew up reading. You grew up seeing people read. Your parents send you to go and buy this newspaper. It was a source of news way back then. They've gained so much reputation. I mean, we don't have Sketch anymore. We don't have Tell. I don't know if we still have Tell. There are lots of them like that. We have Concord. We had Concord back in the days. Concord, Sketch, Punch, Tribune, all over the place. But guess what? These are the news platforms you believe and you depend on. I know people that they don't even listen to radio. They don't watch TV. Is newspaper. Though old school newspaper is whatever comes from that newspaper, and they know it. The politicians, they know it, so they invested into that. That is where they will be passing those informations. So those social media handles of those newspapers are now spreading that. But thank you, Obedient. Well, many Nigerians, we attacked it head on yesterday. Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. Emma Lulunte. Fake fucking news. But if you're not well informed, the moment you check cable, you see, yes, Atiku's case in Chicago hits the rocks. PM News, they even put one picture where Atiku they cry. They put that picture there. Are you eating bad? Picture to Tinubu it wasn't Atiku that said if they release his documentations, there will be what did he use? Irreplaceable damage or irreparable damage. He knows. He knows the implication of that. I can see a lot of international personalities here. Listen good. For your own safety, do not go to Nigeria. Nigeria is not the right place for you to invest right now. Listen to me good. Nigeria is not the right place for you to invest right now. Listen to my words, right now. It might be in the nearest future. Who knows? But right now, don't be shocked that going to Nigeria, you're not guaranteed of having the original CFO of any land you want to build your factory. You can buy that land and they will collect it from you any day, any time. There is nothing you do about it. You cannot go to the court because the court is owned by the same people that will steal that land from you. Nigeria is not a place for you to invest now. They do not respect rule of fucking law. Stay away from that country. It is my country. I'm a Nigerian, bonafide. I'm a Ibadan. Ibadan Messi Ogo. I'm a proper Yoruba man in case you're doubting me. Wọ́n ti ń wò báyìí àwọn APC wọ́n ti ń gbé ọmọ náà ní Jimmy ní tí máa ta mọ́ náà lọ́wọ́. I'm a Nigerian, Ibadan, and I'm saying it coherently clear to everyone. Do not, international observers, international investors, Ebara yín sọ̀rọ̀. Nigeria is not a conducive place for you to go and invest right now. The moment you land yourself, kò guarantee pé wà á kúrò l'airport. The runway is not safe. Nigeria is a death trap. It is not a place for you to go right now. We need some space to get our shit together. It is a total state capture right now. A fucking state capture. Are you seeing the way people are dying up and down every day? Where is the justice for those people dying every day? 5 people died today in one KK issue at, I think, Ogba, Ago Palace. Where is the justice for them? Did you see how many people came out in Agigi for the same Mubad? I never even knew people yakpa for Agigi like that. selective justice. We are getting there. I'll keep saying mine. And I'll speak. I don't care who you are. If you do anyhow, you go collect. It is a different generation this time around. Àgbà tó bá ta fèlèfèlè orí burúkú ọ̀rọ̀ ló máa gbọ́. Wọ́n ní ọmọdé gbọ́n àgbà gbọ́n la fi dálẹ̀ fẹ̀. Ọwọ́ ọmọdé ò tó pẹ́pẹ́ tàgbà owó kèrègbè. A child's hand cannot reach the top of the shelf, but an adult hand cannot enter the palm wine gourd. So you need each other to help yourselves to move the country ahead. You taught us to do good, to do right. And all those things you taught us while growing up. Sadly, we are the ones reminding you now. We are the ones now telling you that, Batare adun koko ka to ba kawe re. Batare adun koko ka. Batare awo sherere nile. Batare awo sherere nile to ba kawe re. A lot of illiterates are taking over. Yes, MC Oluomo kawe. Bata hendu koko kan waju wasiu bai. E ma tanra yin. Bata hendu omo Gucci red bottom. That is the level we are in that country. Illiterates are in charge of power. We have people like Rino Mokri, Olori Buruku, Okonu Bahano Okonu Bahano. You're not tackling the issue. You're saying Toby should go and bring his own certificate. Don't worry. But obedience, here is a tactic. And obedience brought up that idea, and I think we should look into it. It's worth looking into. You see, we are going up against one single person, which is Tinubu. We've cornered him. We can handle him. But guess what? He has minions doing his bidding for him. You see, right now, Tinubu is not thinking straight. He doesn't even know what to do. He's not the one in charge of himself right now. The cabals are the one calling the shots. They are the one suggesting what to do. They are clueless. A lot of them, they are clueless. They're coming up with ideas. They just toss it out there. Yeah, do it. Toss it out there. Yeah, do it. He doesn't know what to do right now. Those cabals, if we can go after them one by one, because they've come together to form a foundation. They've come together as a pillar holding the building. Go after them one by one. That foundation will start crumbling. Dig it out. Mona drag Keyamo. Segbe kon. Táwọn kan bá ti ń drag Keyamo. Ẹ lọ wá dirty security. Kí ló ti ń pè? Aláké. Ẹ lọ fà lẹ́kùn. What did they call am? Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí. Ẹ lọ sẹ̀yẹ́ngbò lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Ẹ fa gbogbo wọn one by one. Táwọn kan bá ti ń díù pẹ̀lú Keyamo. Káwọn kan máa díù pẹ̀lú Aláké àbí kí ló ti ń pè? Káwọn kan máa díù pẹ̀lú Ribadu. Because when the heat is on, now them Baba go to call. Hey, Bajabi Amilada, Bajabi Amilada, deal with them one by one. Before you know it, everything crumbles. Film drug dealers, when they are going for the boss, they will break their wings. They will break their wings. They break the chain of command. Look, we'll keep saying the truth. And we'll say it to anyone that wants to listen. And as for the men of God, or the God of men, most of them, let me not say all of them, most of them, They will not speak. They know the problem of that country. They will not speak. Why would they speak? If they speak, nobody will go to church on Tuesday. Single women service, nobody go. Nobody go for revival again. No, if the country is better, nobody go revival again. People will go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, every single day. If the country is better, nobody go church, go pray. And if you don't go to church to pray, you will not do offering now. No offering. How are they going to survive? How are they going to survive? They will keep saying it. That is the level at which things are in Nigeria now. So don't expect them to talk. And you see all your traditional rulers only get what he get they will see the truth and they will be dabbling around. Christians were kidnapped. Over 40 Christians were kidnapped recently. Nobody came out to talk about them. Baba Weri, come on, daddy, only pray for Nigeria. Prayer is not in the equation of getting a country fixed.
Jimmy.
Prayer is not in the equation.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Those Christians were kidnapped in Ondo State.
Bro, then go reach Lagos soon. Dear, they want to small dear. Before now, not so they go say nothing concern them. Now, they don't near now. What in small dear. Ondo abi, am I worry? Toba young ma war Ibadan. They will start coming to your own because when they were doing it in the north, nobody was bothered. They made a deal with themselves for that side. No, reach here. Am I worried? Oh my, KG are already in Nigeria. The vice president of the country, Boko Haram, is a fucking terrorist. Oh, you guys. Congratulations to you. You're clamoring for a Muslim ticket, but your president, LGBTQ. Hey, LGBTQ. Hey, LGBTQ. Hey, Muslim, LGBTQ. Alhamdulillah. Now she's a she in America and a he in Nigeria. Congratulations. Where do we go from here? That's the next question. Are we just going to listen to this? Are we just going to be like, yeah, she get it too. What next? What is the purpose of the Furuadiye that we've seen? What are you going to do with that Furuadiye that we've seen? What are you going to do about this expose? Your action is what will ginger people to do more. Your action is what will trigger people to take the risk to do more for their country. Your action is what will justify the risk David Udayi has took. What are you going to do about it? That is the question moving forward. What are we Nigerians going to do about this? Are you going to let this slide? Are you going to let a president, a criminal, a drug-dealing criminal, by the way, CSU lásán lélẹ̀ yo, FBI ò tí kò gbá jáde báyìí yo, IRS ò tí jáde, DEA ò tí jáde, CIA ò tí kò rìpọ́ọ̀tì wọn jáde, àṣẹ mẹ́yẹ́ bọ̀ lápò ni. Nigeria àti wọ one chance. What are we going to do on this issue? Because they are talking about forgiveness now. Okay, if you guys want to go ahead and forgive him, Hail Mary, go ahead. But we might as well forgive every single person that commits a crime. Henceforth. And if you're saying, I'm just telling you the dangers. If you're saying air is already there now, let him use the 4 years. That's a bloody lie. The moment you allow him to use that 4 years, you know what's going to happen? By the time that 4-year reaches, he's qualified. Automatically, he's qualified to run another year or another term. Because what made him finish that 4 years, that same certificate, no, those documents, no, no second time. This is the time to nip it in the bud. Okay, he rigged the election. Fine. What you Wale? Want to swear him? They've inaugurated him. Fine. But you've come out to realize that it's a cheat, it's a fraud, not just in Nigeria, internationally. What are we going to do about it? Our action is a message to the international community. Oh yeah, the Nigerians, they like it that way. Fine. Then that's how they're going to be looking at Nigerians. They're all criminal. Because they expect a revolt. They expect us to stand. They expect us to be like, no way, this guy lied to us. We didn't know this, but now that we do, you need to get out. We are better than this. You need to get the fuck out. We have better people that can take hold of that office. You need to get your shit together and get the fuck out of that asshole rock. But if we keep quiet, they'll respect us for that. It's a sovereign country. They can handle themselves. If you keep quiet, that's how they're going to see it. But guess what? Some of us will move on with our lives. There's an on and off button. People in diaspora can easily put it off. But we don't want to do that. Now is the time. We can't get any better than this. Any better chance than this. And you know this movement is divine. When you think things are going down the drain, things are going a little bit lower than you expect, it goes up again. It's like a flame. No, it's like a shining bright light that is dimming. It's dimming. And somehow something just sparks it and it just engulfs again. But when it engulfs, what do you make of it? How useful is it to you? What benefit do you get from that? Do you just watch it engulf? Do you use it to light and do something better? Or you just ready to just die down? Line. Now is the time. The president of Nigeria is a scam, is a fraud. What are you going to do about it? Are you?
All right. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Okay, Ibrahim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How I wish we can go back to 1999 and make sure that obedience are well established by 1999. Tinubu will not be governor of Lagos State. I bet you that. He would never be governor of Lagos State. But thank God for him that time. There were no people like us. There were no obedience. He found his way. People didn't challenge him. He gaslight them as usual. He blackmailed those that he can blackmail. And also he bribed those that he can bribe. And he became a governor, become the landlord, whatever. But maybe because I was closer to some politicians, after all this CSUGate case, I now realize one thing. Virtually, the elite in this country, almost all of them knew about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's issue, about his record. And Bodejos has been telling Nigerians, has been talking, and he even saw that this is what he knew. And not only him, a lot of people. And when I was talking to people up here in the north, they found it amazed that you are just knowing. So it's a wee get there. And the 2014 going to when he was nominated, when he wanted himself to be nominated as party's deputy. And I kept on wondering why the energy that he must be the vice president. Because it is a simplest way and a guide for him to get into the presidency. If he becomes Buhari's president, he knew he don't have to. He knew he's going to be in synchron. Nigerians are going to recognize him if eventually come on his own to contest for president. So he had to go towards that Muslim ticket 2014. And it was so hot. You can ask anybody that is from the north how they are begging him to bring somebody up to that midnight for that submission. He so much believed that he must be on that ticket. And he must emirs, everybody to tell him, Buhari rejected it. But he said nothing will happen. Nigeria is not going to here. He must be vice president. And I can see his anger. And during the process of election, I have seen what happened. 2019, I can see how he's navigating himself. Up to the day he said, at that moment, he said that he has consulted his gods. This one has passed the level of the God all of us serve. He said he has contacted his oracle, that this is his time. So what he feels is that he can use this whatever charm to block all of us and block our eyes. Very few of Nigerians, and I'm so happy to be part of those great Nigerians that look at everything, despite the fact can favor us. But we say no, this is not the time for us to part this way. Because the younger ones that are 16 to 25 are looking up to us, all of us that are here. No matter which, these young people, 16 to 25, they need a moral compass. They are going to Google all these things that we are talking about today. They are going to ask questions. The first they will be amazed with is, how did somebody forfeit money in someone's country become a president? He will look at our profiles. They will see some of us lists, some of us lawyers, doctors, engineers. And they say, what happened to your brain? You sat on what your constitution said. If anybody submitted a fake certificate to INEC, it's clearly written in the constitution. That person is disqualified. If you disqualify Buhari, disqualify Tinubu, there is no way the deal will be full to Tetima. So when some people are now looking at our able lawyers in the Labour Party, lawyers, what are they doing? But look at the clause they said. Even if we are going for a run, APC is not qualified to be part of what? Today people are seeing what is happening. And it's all in front of us. And somebody was asking one forum that we were discussing about this. He said, oh, Tinubu is a magician, you know, he's putting them to go one way, and go this way. Before they finish all this saga, I say, what will cause you that as a president? Why will you pass through that route? You want to a stable country, you want to do a lot of things to people. Why will you pass towards that angle? Why don't you get a clear vote? I always say it on this platform. The first thing that angers me is that using this, what they call it, for you even president. That's the problem. And when we started with that, we asked them, why will somebody allow APC to repeat itself in this country with all the suffering that we went through? Until the day that we are doing our election, everybody in the country is confused. Hungry, naira, your own money, naira account, your own sweat. You put your own money, you can't get your own money. People are crying, people are dying at the eve of election. Even madman knows that nobody voted for Tinubu. Even madman in Nigeria. Forget about the southern part of the country. In the northern part of the country, If you are popular, as you said, and APC has done good for Nigerians, why are you bringing spaghetti and bribing Nigerians with atampa? You bringing this in rapa, giving people just for them to vote for you, if you know you have done the right thing. With all the people, if you count from Sokoto, Kebi, Zamfara, Katsina, you will mostly have a household that somebody has not been kidnapped or has not been killed by the bandits, or their farms has not been destroyed, or their village has not been ransacked. For the 8 years of APC, everybody knew. But look at where we are today. Shamelessly, people are still trying to defend the indefendable. I was talking to one of my friends. He's saying they have tried to trend free Gusau universities, that Guso's students. They are students that they kidnapped from a university in Gusau. Videos surface. These people are beating these girls and also asking government to come and bring money for ransom. Beating them on the video. And one of the women she's even carrying her child of like 7 months or 8 months. He was beating her with sticks behind her, and when she was crying and begging. And these young people from the northern part of the country, the celebrities from the northern part of the country, they try hard to see if they can train that. And on the 1st of October, the president did not even mention anything about what is happening. I say, you see yourself, bah? I told you, if you follow people like the kind of people I am seeing and I'm working together with, the obedient movement, the violent space that I have, it takes just some seconds and minutes. If we want to train this thing today and tomorrow, I bet you Saddam can do it for you, and the president will talk about those young girls that are with them. This is how bad it has reached. As I talk to you today, same bandit entered a university, I think in Sokoto, ransacked university and take away food stuff. That is as I talk to as of today. So a country that has just reduced themselves to nothing. And thank God, I have a program I'm doing on Vision FM every Sunday, 5 to 6 p.m. If you're in Kaduna, you always listen to me. I always go hard on them. Because I am not the presenter, I'm just a guest. So they can't file any case with the, what do you call it, BON, the Broadcasting Association of Nigeria. I go straight onto them. I ask questions. And it's one of the most listened program on that Sunday. And I ask questions. If they are talking about this palliative, I will bring out all the lies. But we want to talk. We want to bring and digest all this kind of conversation down into the Hausa people, down into the northern part of the country, because they emasculate, they put a big chain of illiteracy. And the ones that they you think they are liberal and go to school, they tie them with a religion's chain again. So people want to talk. Now, if you want to say, oh, those obedience, they are just Christian because Tinubu has won, Muslim has won, now they want to remove Islam from this. They take you off even what we're supposed to. And I tell them, if somebody start to talk to me about Igbo, I say, is Igbo buying petroleum differently with you, or are you buying it at a lesser price than an Igbo person, or are you buying a lesser person than a Christian person, or they are kidnapping less Christian than Muslim? Or what are you justifying for you to show that it's a one issue something? I invite all of them. I say, go to Parallel Facts, for example. Go to Violence Space. Listen to how young people like you are digging things from under. They are not allowing anybody to sleep in this government. From first day that they sworn in, from the day that he was declared winner to today, tell me one night, Saddam, tell me one night that you see that Tinubu will lie down and sleep and snore. Tell me anybody in his government that will lie down and sleep and snore. Why? Because some group of young people say no to what they are trying to bring to this country. Just group of young people. How many are we here? Let's say 2,000 of us here. And what we 2,000 of us are doing is more than what almost a million or so number of people can do. All this group of politicians, why are they? They are just pay as you go now. All these media houses that are waiting, we're waiting for them. Let me tell you, even this CSUGate that we are talking about, if not because of the obedience on social media, it will have died off. But they give the courage, they give the energy, they give the everything they have to make sure this thing. I always said it, Sadam, I'm so happy that this is where we are at 21st century. And then history will judge all of us here because we've been on this matter day and night. And we always tell to people, it's not a tribal issue.
Mr. Ibrahim, are you
Yeah, is it just now? I was about saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we lost them there. All right.
Probably you got the
Maybe
call.
he got a call, yeah. He got a call.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, let's just go on with move on with the conversation. Once again, everybody. Okay, I think NCS is here now. I don't know if he wants to.
This is not a word from my own mouth. It's a word that a retired DIG of police knew something from Niger State.
Mr. Ibrahim. I think he's having network issues. So maybe we'll just. I'm sure we'll probably continue the submission later. Mr. Ibrahim, are you there now?
You cannot hear me. Are you only one cannot hear me or everybody cannot hear me?
Yeah, we lost you at some point. So I don't know if you're back.
No, I thought it's only you.
Yeah, no, we all couldn't hear you.
Cecil and Sadem, you lost me too?
Yeah, we all did. We all lost it for like
Okay. I'm sorry.
Seconds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
you
let
got
me
a
just
call.
round up. Let me just round off quickly. What I want us to push up here in the North is for people to understand that there's nothing you can do without knowledge. And you have to stay within the circle of people that enlighten you, empower you, and give you more knowledge. That's what is called freedom. We have to take this discussion to the people because we have a structure in the North. We have the radio system where everybody listens to. We have what they call the Majalisa, and where people sit down in the evening. You understand? We have the traditional system. We have our mosques. So I think we have to find a way. I will discuss this later with Sadem, so that we can start to get this information we are getting from especially this kind of space and also take them down to Nigerians. Not only to Nigerians, even those that serve what they call security agencies, the DSS, the military and others, to understand that it's about Nigeria. It's about Nigeria. It's not about any other person. It's not about any other region or religion. We want this country to work, and we must make it work. We have to have moral values. We have to have ethics. We have to have ideals. We have to have things that we put as a nation that we want to. We can't sit and continue worshiping people that we know they are criminals. This cannot stand. And somebody asked me, okay, all this one are making noise. We can't do jack. I say it's a lie. See, when they finish this deposition and they finish everything, Sadem, can you hear me? Sadem.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on, please.
Can you hear me? Please. It's not a matter of Supreme Court. It's not a matter of judges. Once we get our facts and everything right, we Nigerians, we will demand for the resignation of Mr. Bola Tinubu. Whether he's a he or he's a she, we don't care. We will not go through court. We will not wait for anybody. we Nigerians, we do accept. We want somebody, any other person that look at us and tell us this issue is a court issue. It has nothing to do with court. Once we establish that this man submitted this fake and the school say it's fake, it's nothing that we have to go around. This person has to go tomorrow now. Are we supposed to wait till February when this one court tell us where are we going to wait for? Crime is a crime. It's in our constitution. He has to go. A lot of people forge certificate. We know of Buhari, the speaker in 1999. He resigned now. A lot of people that happened to them, they resign. Even today, Chief of Army Staff get the same problem. He will resign. Even the DGSSS get the same problem. He will resign. Even the Senate President, if he's having the same issue, he's going to resign. Even the Chief Judge himself of the Supreme Court, if he tendered a fake certificate, he is going to resign. He's not going to even partake in this case. So it's a matter that we have to take it very serious. I think no matter what will happen, even if all of us are going to die on this, let us have a Nigeria that our children will inherit. I rest my case.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you very much. And I agree with you. That's something that we actually need to do. We need to find a way to pass this knowledge, this information, both to the north and, even in the south. Anyway, let's just quickly move on. I don't know if ENDSears is available now, but if not, I'm sure whenever it's available, it will probably just come in. All right, so once again, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the space. I can see all our, the mood now, to even the shout out the ad. I can see Spotlight. I knew you were up just now. I'm sure you got busy. I'm sure you'll be back. Oga Steven, JP, Sarah. Sarah will reply DM so once in a month. I am a Juba. I can see you. The Vilo Mesa, Violence Space. I see you, Violence Space. You are still here. John V. Will ever best. Fort Mass. Mommy Madonna, Antonia, Sweet Angel. Hey, how not this takes now close to each other like this? Omega X, Anka Dede, Arewachi, Honorable Ada, Liberty. Hey, Franny. We can leave people who get blue tick. I beg. We can people who not get blue tick. All of you that have blue tick, I can see all of you. Don't worry. I can see our brother Tomi Pelumi, Oladipo, Office of the Nigerian Citizen, Mr. Tony. Take care. I can see everybody. Anze, Ernest, Delete, Pastor Jacob. It's been a long time. I can see you, Miss S, and everybody. There's another set of blue tickers. Every blue ticker and non-blue ticker. Welcome to Violence Space. So we'll just take our speaker. Before we take our speaker, I have a way of bringing Peter Obi. Peter Obi is here today and he's going to give his own submission on this topic before. He's going to give his own submission on this topic before we take our other speakers.
If you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, there's so many issues of certificates, age, all sorts of one falsification or the other, all over, within the leaders. There's no way people can doing this and be able to do the right things, because that means they live in a falsified life. And that is not good morally, and a sign it should be given to the society. There's so many great people in the world who did not go to school. And I can tell you, America today, one of the highest, or I would say the greatest president America has ever had, is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln did not go to a formal school. In fact, his entire education is less than 1 year formal education, because he came from a very extremely poor family. His education was by borrowing books and everything, which he did later. But he was able to show, if you read his history, you show that he came from a very poor home and did not have formal education. He didn't have to say he read the PhD here or he did this one here, and then there's an argument like what we're having all over Nigeria today, which is bringing the credibility of our nation into question.
Yep. So, I mean, to be honest, Tinubu didn't need to forge certificate, but now he has forged certificate, and they are looking for people to beg and saying people should forgive. If you want to forgive, it's your own bet. I mean, I would rather forgive Tinubu in prison. So if he's in prison, no problem, we can forgive. All right, let's quickly take Mommy Bolanle for our first speaker, so that we can also start with the lady as well. After which we'll come to Gaboni and we'll take it from there. Mommy Bolanle, please go ahead.
Hey, good evening, everyone from my side. Anya Saddam, N6 from in Nigeria, Jimmy, everyone on the speaker section that is listening. Ibrahim, good to see you here again. Hope you're all good. Oh my world. The thing is, if I like most of us here would be able to attest to the fact that we did not buy certificates. We read the books, right? And we got the qualifications, right? When people, you see, sometimes, right, I just wonder why my mom, I say to my mom that, why is it that you people who were born in Nigeria, couldn't you have come from a different country? And she tells me, what an insult. What are you talking about? And I keep on saying to her that, look, what has befallen us, a lot of people don't understand it yet, right? It is bad enough to live in Nigeria and for Nigeria to happen to you. It is worse being in another man's land, right? And for them to tar you with that, but it was bad enough for them to come up to you, knowing that you're Nigerian, and them saying to you, "Oh, I heard that you elected some bagman, you elected a drug baron." It's bad enough. Now we have an identity thief. We have a forger, we have and you know what, in some ways, right, it hurts me to the marrow, particularly the second masters I went for. God knows I suffered. In fact, I remember everyone, all the staff there, all the lectures for, I would never finish it, because I think that 2 years I had like 6 operations. I kept on going back, and so then there'd be some people, some idiots on the town that be telling me, they are now saying, so forgery is no longer a problem. So when Mesowa did her own, it was a problem. But when Tinubu, her father, did his, it is no longer a problem. Anywhere, any sense. Like Mr. Ogoyemi would say, they have mixed in your drugs. They have mixed in dried poo inside your drugs, because in fact, yeah, all of you have no shame whatsoever. In fact, I want to send a message to my mother, because when I was 5 years old, I encouraged my brother, who was 6, I was the bossy one, to climb through the bathroom window when she was out, and go and get the peanuts that she bought for us, that she showed us the day before, gave us some of it. I told him to climb through the window and collect. After all, she has given it to us. When my mom came back, forget that we're in the UK, she introduced us to Mr. Brown, also known as Wooden Spoon, and beat us. In fact, she beat us more than, in fact, if a drummer were to beat the drum the way my mom beat me that day, along, and you can imagine if many decades later I'm still talking about it. I mean, we didn't even steal, kind of in our mind. My mom said, yeah, but you didn't have permission. You climbed through the window like a thief, right? And therefore, we will never forget that. And I'm like, based on all the nonsense I'm seeing online, I'm like, hey, mommy, you owe me an apology. Because first they said I didn't carry drugs, or I don't know anything about drugs, but they said pushing drug is long time ago, it no matter. I said, at the next one now, they're saying forgery, it no matter. I said, on top of that, they say lying. Because in perjuring himself is because he lied, right? On oath. I said, they said it no matter. So that bit where you beat me that day, mommy, in fact, you will say sorry to me, because it's clear that Nigerian morals are in the toilet. These, I don't know who these people are. One was on a space speaking English like me, claiming to have been born in the UK. Can you do that in the UK? Heck, when I got this last job I'm doing, hey, when they were asking me, no one has asked me this before. They said, usually they say in the last 5 years, have you lived outside the country, blah, blah, blah. And it's usually, no. They asked me since I was 10 years old, have I ever lived everywhere else? I said, yes, Nigeria. Every other person, right? Every other person that were offered jobs, as at that time, they had started work 2.5 months before me. My own, they said no, they have to scrutinize all my certificates. And this was before Tinubu came. So people that are kind of thinking, oh, it's not going to touch them, it touches everybody. It touches everybody. We already know that if you have a green passport, you're treated, if you're in Europe, in America, you're treated differently, right? But try it now. We are seen as a nation of thieves. We are seen as a nation, a narco nation, and a nation of forgers. Identity. In fact, now to change name, because me, and I suppose, some of the comments I was seeing, I was like, I be when they were growing up, were they not taught that did they not teach them that if you still at some point you move on to the higher class of stealing? Did they not teach them that? Did they not teach them from right? Or is it because it's now a politician, right? So it's now suddenly okay. Where is the outrage? Where? Because it be like say only obedience are really screaming, because even the Hallelujah boys that are now getting erections over this case and is still insulting us, that were helping their so-called principal, right? They're not making noise. And I'm like, yeah, because basically, if we are to strip all of these politicians, that including Atiku, we'll find one or two things that he's not straight. I see you, but I have not finished. What I mean, I see you, but I have not finished. Because after all, we know how much corruption that man too was involved in. But today we will not insult him, because there is a bigger thief in our midst. Name, age, 3 different ones. Is it the Queen of England that had official age and actual age? Because I don't understand. Even her son, the king, now only has one. Everything you would have thought. Because I remember some people were saying to me, what if in fact it looks worse than it. In fact, before it wasn't bad. Going through that thing forensically, I like what Miss Pels did, because I did the same thing. Every time I looked at it again, I saw something else, and I got a headache, because in my mind I was like, the extent of this man's criminality, is there anything clean about this man? Anything at all clean about this man? We don't know. We still don't know who he is. You see those stupid media. Let's keep on. Whenever they put the news out, stamp it fake news. put on your WhatsApp status, share it that way, so that we can name and shame them every time they do it. Because fine, we're not practicing real democracy. Real democracy is the Speaker of the House in the American House of House. They are removing Speaker because he reneged on a deal. Can that happen in Nigeria? That's true democracy. In Nigeria, we know it's not. But however, even if we were to, let us pretend that we are in a functional democracy, you need a strong media. They're the fourth arm of government, because they do the checks and balances. That's the general idea. So if they are now lying to everyone, how the heck are we going to get that new Nigeria? So Ishati, every time now, call them out. Me that I blocked all of them before, I will unblock them so that I can insult them well. And tag them fake news every opportunity I can. And likewise, everybody on all your media or your social media platforms, please do that, because we have to make noise, not only to deem whatever they're doing as being fake news, also expose them for who they are. Brown envelope journalism will kill Nigeria. We're already on life support, so we need to speak out. Please, I beg you, this is the work we've got, and this is the work we have to do. As for this one, the damage control, I not allow them. Now we get Twitter, and it will go from Twitter to the streets. Like, we know how we do it. Let's keep on doing it. Let's push it out there so people know that we don't know if it's a him or a she. We don't know his name. We don't know the age. We don't know anything. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much, Mobibonanle. Oh my God. I think I'm still coming to. So apparently, Nigeria currently, or INEC currently forced a president on Nigerians, and that president forged a certificate from an international institution. That's what's happening, right? Hey, voila. All right, thank you very much, Mobibonanle. That's another level. That's just, I mean, we used to have criminals. I mean, I'm used to criminal. I'm used to Desiani. I'm used to, what they call this other guy. Dasuke. I'm used to those guys. But this is like another level of. Anyway, quickly, let's go straight to Gaboni. And whenever you're ready, feel free to jump in. Let's go straight to Gaboni. After Gaboni, we'll come to after Gaboni, I can see Mr. Steve. We'll just go to Mr. Steve. And we'll take it from there. Polonium, I can see you. Rabbi, I can see you. Please, by the speaker section, you intend to speak, just ensure your hand is up. Gaboni, please go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you go ahead? 5 minutes.
Yeah, please, 1 minute. Let somebody go before me. Yeah. When let somebody go after the person, please.
All right. You may not go after the person. You go the next time I call you. All right, Mr.
No, please. I'll go after the person. Please. I'll go after the person.
Mr. Steve, please go ahead.
Let me thank you for hosting this space as usual. Saddam and all the crew, I see everybody. I am very sad. I am pained. I have to apologize to all the PhDs. Nigerians in America hold the highest number of PhDs, and many have multiple PhDs, and they read for it. They didn't forge it. You see, our people come here, go through a lot of scrutiny, and go through the process and become very excellent. It's a sad day for all of us, particularly those of us in America who work hard every day, toil hard. Some people hold multiple jobs and their certificates are not forged. Today, what pained me was to hear what the CSU official said, that it's a Nigerian thing to forge certificates. I think it's a sad day for the largest black nation on earth. It's a sad day for all the professors in all the universities you go to in America. There's a Nigerian professor. It's a sad day. It's a sad day that we now indeed are washing our linens in public. I wish there was a better way to do this. Normally they say don't wash your dirty linen in public. How public can it get for the president of Nigeria to be confirmed a certificate forger? How public can it get? And where is this? It's not happening in Sweden. It's not happening in Belgium. It's happening in America. Well, that is the great power nation that rules, that controls the narrative. That means if American media takes it up, everybody that wants to go anywhere in the world with a Nigerian certificate becomes even in more trouble. I know many people will confirm this, but I remember one of the stuff I did in New York, they went as far as verifying my secondary school WAEC. They went to call, they checked my WAEC. They checked where I worked in Nigeria. They checked University of Nigeria where I went to school. Just for a normal job, they did a background check. So this is also a failure of INEC, who could have done a simple job to verify the claims of those vying for the post of president. So it's an indictment on all of us. It's a sad day. It is not a good day at all. That we now have the number one citizen, in quote, even though we didn't vote for him, but he's sitting there representing us and he's being confirmed a certificate forger. I fear for what it means for the thousands of people that want to go abroad for further education or want to pick a job or want to do anything with a Nigerian passport. How do we begin to rebrand our image? The only recourse is for us to indeed insist that this is the mark. You have to resign. I don't know what job you do, but if you're a bank director and you are found to have forged a certificate, you will resign immediately. I don't know whether you can be a security agent, a gate man, and you are found to have forged your identity and you keep that job. I understand that there's always a political side of it, but at the best level, if you forge a certificate in Nigeria, it is a crime. At least whether you call Nigeria what you want, but you cannot forge a certificate and get away with it as long as that is confirmed. And I agree with Ibrahim 1000%. This is not a situation of waiting for a court. This certificate is not from CSU. The stamp is not from them. What more do you want? There has to be consequence, otherwise we cannot have any pride as a nation. This is not about Bola Ahmed Tinubu or APC or tribal. This is about the collective. I implore everyone listening to retrospect and introspect. Reflect on the consequence of this level of brazenness. That someone will forge a stamp of the school and the school said, this is not from us. That is a Nigerian thing. God of mercy. I employ the billionaires that do business like the Dangotes or the UBA group. How can you hold yourself in pride that you want to be an organization that is Nigerian and you will see this and keep quiet? Talk about the media. Oh my goodness. I was talking to on the Space Arewa held yesterday and I was like, look at the media. How are they going to now swallow this now? This same media that went about boundary lies. Now that they are making the position on that oath, what will they report? I think it's an outrage. I remember Donald Trump once said that he will shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and there will be people who will still support him. I hope there will be no people who will still defend this indefensible. It is a pain to the hardworking Nigerians because most of us are. We fight hard to say there are only few people doing Yahoo. Nigerians are good people. How can you open your mouth now say, if we allow this to go, that we are good people? Because good people do not keep quiet when injustice, when fraud is being bandied about. It is incumbent on every Nigerian to say this is wrong. At the base level, the minimum is Tinubu needs to resign based on this forgery. It has to happen. This is a Nigerian thing and it cuts across board. This is not political. I don't care who says or who will be next. That is a topic for another day. If you forge a certificate and it is confirmed under oath, that is the line. No matter who you are, it is the line. This cannot be bandied about as one of those political talk or it will go away. This is justice for Nigerians. And I implore those who want justice for Mohbad, please, it's time for justice for Nigerians. We are hardworking people. We cannot all be tamed. This is Nigerian thing to forge. Please, I implore you to stay. And this is a sack. This is so painful that the world is watching us to see how 200 million people will react. Now that we know that this is a forger, confirmed. Enough said. I am so pained.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Steve. What's happening now is really disturbing for me. Before I call the next speaker, which I think is Gaboni, so for those of us that follow the court proceedings, so apparently, if you remember, Wale Olanipekwa at the time, or Tinubu's team at the time, tendered some documents, and I had to go to UC Maxwell court updates to put this out. And what UC Maxwell wrote, and this was 4th of July, was Wale Sam. He now moves to number 2, where he has 12 documents in relation to academic records of Tinubu from Chicago State University, all duly certified on 23rd by Jamal C. O, an Associate General Counsel of Legal Affairs of Chicago State University. Now, listen to what the Chicago State University representative just said in the position. He said, all the certified documents from CSU file, nothing was handed over to us by Mr. Folabi except for the FEPA form. CSU has never certified documents for anyone before. It must have been made because there was more of a Nigerian thing. He said the documents were released in pursuant to a FEPA request. I believe Mr. Folabi requested that document be certified. I am not aware if the stamp affixed by Mr. O to that document was an official stamp. It is not part of CSU practice. That's what CSU representative said. Meanwhile, they brought it to court and said it's a certified copy by CSU. Gaboni.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, my brother. Definitely, from the last speaker, I want to start from the last speaker, last statement. I think justice for Nigerians, because I think we are really not. I don't know if it's that I would say that we are not really. We're not talking this thing as if we know the gravity of what is happening now. That statement, when I read that statement from the CSU official, which says is a Nigerian thing, I think that alone is enough. For you to see as a Nigerian, I say Tinubu must, for you to have that subconscious in your mind that it is the minimum is for Tinubu to resign. That's the minimum. First of all, and it is this kind of thing that will make you aware. If somebody still supporting you, you could give them that blow from out first, because this is the height of it. It's a night, and do you guys understand the kind of how insulting that this statement was made? Not because of a somebody that, you know, an illegal migrant, not because it was made because of an ordinary person, not because it was made because of a casual person. It was made because of the person that is representing you globally. It was made because of the president of Nigeria. I think this is the height of it. Nigerians, see, I said something in the last space, and I think I was waiting for this old disposition and this expose, and it is here. The next line of action is we must take action. Nigerians home and abroad. I'm in the UK. I know, say I'm still a fresher here. I'm still new here, and I don't know my way around. But please, I think we should start now. I am available. Anybody else? We should start a plan to stage a protest at the Nigerian embassy in London immediately. Because this evil APC and the evil media, they will try to twist it and make it seem. I think we need to propagate this in the whole world so that the world media will be. When they start, videoing, putting it on CNN and different news media that Nigerians are protesting for the removal of their president. When in Italy they do the protest, in America, in US they do the protest, in London, in Germany, in Sweden. When this protest starts gaining momentum in diaspora, I think even without the docile, because I believe most Nigerians at home are really, really docile. I think because this is not going to rub off only on Nigerians at home. So you don't say people they are people where they in Nigeria and they carry across. No, nobody across because it will even tell more on us that are in the foreign land because they will now scrutinize us more. Many people will lose contract. Many people they're going to lose friendship. They're going to lose contract and trust because do you know what it means? I think this is a no situation. First of all, Tinubu, there's no two ways about it, and we want to force him to resign because these people are evil. Just look at what the Nigerian media was doing today. It's an embarrassment. See, these people have taken APC, like we say here, we must kill APC. If we don't kill APC, APC will kill this country. We must kill that party because imagine the coordinated misinformation by all Nigerian media. It is sad. It is sad. This is the work of APC. This is the work of APC. These people are evil. And we must take a stand to kill them by taking every measure, every action we need to take. Are you the mic?
All right, thank you very much, Gaboni. Quickly,
Thank you, Gaboni. You see,
yeah,
beautiful submission. You see, that is just one part of the deposition. They will be there for like 7 hours. So what you guys are complaining about now is just like 2 minutes out of the 7 hours. Initially,
please, like I said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm still a new person. I'm still a new person in the UK. But please, if you know how we can organize a protest, I am ready. Come to my DM. I am ready. Let us go there, and we must embarrass this man. We must do something as the people in the diaspora. We have to do something. We have to do that protest on all Nigerian embassy. We need to do it, please.
Okay, that's a very brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. I tried arranging for protest recently in Chicago here. People just look at me as if say, are they mad? But guess what? When they wanted to do justice for Mohbad, and when we like if you see as they fool the park. But anyway, I just want to remind people, Nigeria is known for 419. 419. Want him more? 419. Now, after 419, Yahoo. I bet you that way. Yahoo. Now, another type to buy. 4 jars. Did you listen to that statement? That statement is damning. It is a Nigerian thing. Meaning it is in their blood. They do now normal thing for them. Now normal leadership for them. It's a normal thing. They do it casually in Nigeria. So it's not a big deal. I mean, it's something they can just do and get away with it. It's just something minor. Something small.
Jimmy. Do you know what this is? You live in Chicago. The hardworking Nigerians, more than 2 million in US alone. Like, I can't wrap my head around this, guys. This is going to affect everybody. You go call it, no matter your political party.
Everybody.
This is a Nigerian issue.
See, the moment they see your passport or they see your nationality say Nigeria, they go their jaws say, one of them is here. I heard about you. Now so they go, especially if they be Black American. I heard about you. You're coming here to forge in our country. Okay. Nigerians, what we are finding out now is not a big news. It's not a big deal. Our reaction to it is the problem. For them to call us 419, we've been trying as much as possible to claim and clean ourselves as a very, very clean people. Thank God for P2B. the holiest politician in Africa. Take that to the bank. But you see now, the number one man, forced himself into power. And now that he's there, we are now seeing who he is red-handed. Okay? Our reaction as a country, is going to determine how the outside world sees us. They'll be like, oh yeah, they said the president forged this document and nothing is happening. They'll be like, oh, maybe it's a Nigerian thing. It is a Nigerian thing. It's casual. It's a normal thing to them. But guess what? Every embassy you go to, henceforth, you start seeing the changes. They will scrutinize your life. They will want to meet the pastor that baptized you, that did your naming ceremony. You guys don't understand what is going on. There is nothing you will tender any part of the world as long as it's Nigeria. The name Nigeria, let me just say it in a way people will understand. That name Nigeria is tarnished. It is tarnished. Red flag, it is tarnished. We now know who tarnished it finally by. Openly. It is not the Nigerian citizen ordinary Nigerian citizen that tarnished it. The number one person. The number one person that is meant to lead by example is now the culprit. How we react to this is going to determine how we will be seen as a nation, how we will be seen as a country. Remember, the international community, they might be listening to what we're saying here, they might be listening, but when they start reacting to Nigerians, they won't ask you of your political background, they won't ask you of your political affiliation, they won't ask you if you're Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. They will classify you as a fucking Nigerian. Let that sink into your skull. Back to you, well-meaning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you. All right, quickly, let's just go straight to our next speaker. We'll go to Rabbi, after which we'll come to Servic, then Polonium. Rabbi, please go ahead. Let's try to do 4 minutes because we have so many requests and we want to see how we can get so many speakers. Go ahead, Rabbi.
Don't worry, I'll do 4 minutes. Thank you very much, Remini Nigerian. Saddam Wado, Hausa Wado, Igbo Wado, Yoruba Wado nothing. Quickly, this saga, it's been a while I've talked in violent space because I know be lawyer. I they listen to lawyer people, but this one will consign fake and forgery. This man want to finish us. I remember recently I applied for an embassy school. They asked me for NECO, WAEC. They asked me make I bring scratch card. I bought a scratch card, sent to them for them to confirm if what I'm submitting is even correct. Imagine that after the WAEC has been authenticated though, because normally before you submit anything for WAEC, they have to, you go to WAEC, they authenticate it. They authenticate at the back, but the school asked me to bring scratch card to imagine what we're going through, talk less of what people will go through. This old generation want to finish this country. They want to finish it for the people coming up. That is to say, like say people they talk say if they carry dead body when no be your own, you go see and say na firewood. Or until they carry dead body will concern you, you go no say this dead body true na dead body. What this man is doing to this generation and to Nigeria alone, it called for tear. Like it called for him to just cry. Instead of prayer and fasting, we're supposed to be weeping. Like they did it, people on Nineveh did. Carry charcoal pour for body, they cry, they weep, they beg God, say, what be this? Because this is not only going to affect. I give him 30 years, highest. He's gone out of the air, 30 years, highest. But people that are going to come up, this kind of scrutiny that they will give them in this life. I wonder, I weep for my own, even my own generation, what is going to come up. Because whether whether he resign, which he's not going to resign, whether he's disgraced, this thing has already stick forever and ever. What are we going to do now? The thing is, I hope that Atiku or any other presenter can they call the world press conference immediately, especially in Hausa. That is where I'm more concerned about, because I know how these people, I know what they are going to do. These people, I first of all, I said it every now and then. APC is an evil cult, blood-sucking demons. They suck blood for a living. You can see PhD holders, people that claim they obtain PhD holders, people that claim defending forgery. Say a person go copy certificate, go collect certificate for internet, post and say he wants to be president of a country. Imagine what we are going through in this country. It is not going to only, we are suffering for airport. I remember also Turkish Air, when I took up for Turkish Airlines, after I just landed in Turkish, they said search me. I come on my boss ass. I was wearing a small pants, swimming pants, I come on my polo. They put me inside machine, they search me. I know, okay, because I know this is what my country has stick me to. I wear only pants, they search me inside machine in Turkish Airlines in Turkey. That's what they search me for. So now imagine what the scrutiny and people will go through because of one man and the evil occultic people. I just hope that they will call any presidential candidate will call a world press conference and translate it in every languages to tell the people what this evil man and this evil court has been doing to Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank
Wado.
you very much, Rabbi. Thank you very much. That was so timely. Salam, look out for NCs. I think okay, I was just about saying. Okay, quickly, let's go straight to Savik, after which we'll come to Polonium.
Webini, can you text someone else? I'll be in 5 minutes.
All
Yeah?
right, okay, all right. Polonium, kindly go ahead.
Yeah, Saddam, Waminin, N6, everybody, all my obedient brothers and sisters, my family, I greet everyone. 5 days ago, I made a tweet calling out the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, reminding him that he was so eloquent on the television, telling Nigerians that great men went to, great men schooled at home. And I called him out that since the CSU issue, he has been silent. His reaction to that tweet was to block me. I'm not surprised. Please, anybody that knows them, tell them they should start running. They should come on Twitter and block as many obedience as they like. The more they block us, the more they will hear this narrative. Tell them we will never stop. Even if Tinubu wants to do 8 years in Nigeria, he will always carry this stain to his grave. On his graveyard, the gravestone, wherever he will be buried, we will go and write there, certificate forger. His grandchildren, his great-grandchildren were going to sit down one day and they're going to read the news and they're going to hear what their grandfather did. He might get away with it because of the corrupt government, but he will never get away with it eternity. What I just Googled something while we're having a conversation, and I looked at the impact of having a president who forges certificates. And one of the international impacts is, I read, it can lead to a loss of credibility for the country and its leaders. It can also lead to a loss of trust in international agreements and treaties that the country has signed. Bible says the evil that you do lives with you. Tinubu is the present evil that lived with Nigeria, is living with Nigeria, and will continue to live. Because should countries with credibility look at his outcome, they can go back on treaties that they've signed with Nigeria. So for a country that is in dire need, of every support globally, Nigeria has a president today that if he tells you good morning, you need to check your time. It is a very sad day for our country. It's a very, very sad time to be in Nigeria. We cannot, as a people, quantify the cost I don't think we've grasped the impact of this situation yet. It just might unfold upon us in a couple of months, in a couple of years' time. I don't think we've grasped the impact yet. I truly, truly pity for my country. I truly pity for my country. It is a very, very sad day, and it is. I'm just lost for words. But this is the impact. It says this can have serious consequences for foreign relations, trade, and investment. Additionally, it can lead to sanctions or other punitive measures from other countries and international organizations. Please help me tell him when next he goes abroad to sit down and tell those his lies. You can imagine that those people will be looking at him, what they'll be muttering behind him. What a shame. That's not even the painful part. There are unfortunate elements. People who enjoyed the benefit of Nigeria when Nigeria was good. The days when oil was found in Nigeria and Nigeria had value. People who enjoyed everything from this country are now sitting down to defend this rubbish in a time when our youth are being killed on the street for nothing. Dear Nigerians, can we just shut the place up and go home? In addition to the hashtag that we're hashtagging today, Tinubu must resign, let us also add justice for Mesoma. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right. Thank you very much, Polonium. Thank you. It's a sad day for Nigeria indeed. I know some of us enjoy, the part of dragging, which I too enjoy, to be honest. But when you look deeper, you know that this is indeed a sad. Like we should never be here. We should never be here. We've dealt with a lot to now have to be dealing with this. We should never be here. Anyway, I think Savik is available now. If Savik, if you're available now, maybe you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, 1 minute, Saddam. Just to pick up from where the last speaker stopped, I think he mentioned something that we have not fully grasped the enormity of what had just happened to Nigeria. We have not. When all this dust settles, we will understand the level of damage Tinubu has done to this country. It's not him alone. When all this dust settles, we would understand the level of damage Tinubu has done to this country. And if you look at what is happening right now, you will see the moral decadence. You will understand that those people that we looked up to while growing up, you will see the professors, the academias, the church leaders, every single one that we looked up to growing up, the criminality that Tinubu has infested this country with has corrupted all of them. The morality of Nigeria is gone. That's what people do. We are not fully grasping what is going on. Yes, internationally, we are doomed. But internally, the level of moral degradation, when this dust settles, that's what, when I see people still defending this criminal and this drug baron, it saddens my heart. The reason being that we are not bequeathing any nation to the younger generations. We're not bequeathing anything. The nation is gone. The nation is gone. Even if Tinubu resigns today, it will take us the next minimum 100 years to recover from the damage Tinubu has actually done to this country. If you see intellectuals, professors coming out openly to defend certificate forgery, to defend someone that has criminal background. I'm talking about intellectuals. We're talking about professors. We're talking about religious leaders. Do you guys understand the level that this criminality and fraud has permeated into the nooks and crannies of Nigerian society? Do you guys understand? we don't really grasp what is going on because Tinubu as a person has infested the country with the highest level of criminality that even people that should know what is right are no longer thinking normal. Even people that should know what is right are no longer thinking normal. You see professors lining up behind him to defend criminality. The country is gone. The country is gone. We have to tell ourselves the truth. For a country to allow someone with this shoddy character to rise up to occupy the highest seat in the land, we don't understand what has gone wrong with Nigeria. We don't understand it. For Nigeria to allow someone of this, shoddy character to rise up to occupy the first seat in the nation, and we think all things are normal. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. I don't understand how we are going to get out of this mess. Honestly, I'm being frank here. I don't understand how even if Tinubu resigns today, I don't understand how we're going to get out of this mess. Because the entire system is corrupt. You go to academic. Do you guys understand that it was the professors that actually they were used to rig the election? The professors from our top universities. Do you understand the extent of the rot in the system? All because of the ambition of one man. The ambition of one man. You see intellectuals. I call them false intellectuals because that's what they are. Lining up. I know this reminds me of the days of Adolf Hitler. This is exactly the same thing. He had people, intellectuals, academics lining up beside him, cheering him up. And that's exactly what is happening in Nigeria right now. I just think that what happened in Europe can happen. We need to rediscover ourselves. The problem is, when you look at what is going on in Nigeria, and you still see that there is no hope at the Supreme Court, that's actually where the whole thing is getting scary. That is actually where the whole thing is getting scary, because you will say, okay, we don't see something happening, Tinubu can never resign. Yes, we will call for him to resign, but he can never. We were thinking that there will be men of just cause that will rise up in Supreme Court and say, no, enough is enough. Nigerians, we've had enough. Let's call a spade and do the right thing for once. But it's still scary because we don't have men of goodwill in Supreme Court to stop this charade. You would think with what happened yesterday, someone will rise up in the Senate, on the House of Rep, to institute an impeachment proceedings immediately. You would think so, but no, class, it's not going to happen. Nigeria is gone. Insanity reigns supreme. Insanity reigns supreme in Nigeria at the moment. When professors are rising up and defending criminality, defending forgery, religious leaders are defending criminality, defending forgery, Nigeria is gone. I hope somehow something gives. Thank you so much. I yield.
Thank you very much, Savik. Thank you very much. Something has to give. Yeah, go ahead, Saddam.
Thank you very much. Something really has to give us. You sit down and you look at, if you begin to look at the rot in the system, how damaged Nigeria is. You don't understand. That's why when I made my suggestion earlier, and I said we need to first of all understand what we are up against. We're up against a very, very, very corrupt system. A system that thrives on corruption, a system that thrives on Nigerians not being aware, Nigerians being subjugated in poverty. Just look at how wealthy Nigeria is. Yet we live in abject poverty. So to take down this system, it's a task that, honestly speaking, we just have to understand. And I'm saying this because we just woke up. We just woke up as a people. We just woke up barely 2020. We just woke up and we are now pushing and striving. But we have to now understand that every individual in this country have to understand that we have to play our roles as active citizens. You're not going to wait for the next man. What are you doing to educate the next person? How many people know right now around? How many people in your circle? How many people in your circle? Ask yourself this question now. We're over 2,400 of us on the platform now. How many people in your circle know, as we speak today, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu certificate is CSU is fake? That's where we start from. Because honestly speaking, we need to start understanding that we have to play active role, because these people that are up against, they know how to do it. They know how, they understand the game. It has worked for them for decades. If not, we'll be subservient to their own children, because they will train their kids in the same line. So Nigerians, please, let's just wake up and understand that this tax to pursue this criminal from that Aso Rock is a tax that must be done by every Nigerian playing your active role as a citizen. Thank you. Let me just circle back to you. Continue, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Salam, you actually said that. Actually, I think that's my fear. So maybe if I felt like, oh, these current politicians, they will die soon, and we can reset. I think my biggest fear is that this current politician, I don't think people have noticed it. Not the politician, generally the arms of government are breeding their children. Just look at it. Look at El-Rufai's children. Look at it. Then when you go to the judiciary, then you also notice that the current set of judges are breeding their children. Justice.
I don't put in picking for bench now.
All of them. What they call the other one?
And these ones are worse than their parents. Oh.
See, can't you see Bashir El-Rufai on the time? So, I mean, for Nigerians that probably are thinking all that needs to happen is that these people, we don't worry, they will so old and fade out. You are joking. Because the truth is that the structure for at least the next generation, as in the ones that we deal with, this current Gen Zs, is already set, and these Gen Z's children, that flow is set. Maybe you should be thinking about the next generation after that. So it's why when we say we have to deal with this now or never, that's just exactly what it is. So it's crazy. Anyway, Jimmy.
Yeah, I wanted to say something real quick. They finished the deposition, so anytime from now the transcript will be coming out. Anytime from now, they finished the deposition in Chicago, so anytime from now we'll be getting the transcript, and it will be on Twitter, TLs. And I came across a very interesting video. Guys, listen to this.
We pray particularly for peace and justice to reign in Nigeria. Most importantly, the presidential election is still undergoing judicial consideration in Nigeria and America regarding the university's certificate of the incumbent president. We pray that God should take absolute control of this situation. Lord of all justice,
Now, that is a church in Germany, a Catholic church in Germany. And they're telling a white man, that's the pastor, is actually telling the congregation that they should pray about what is going on in Nigeria right now. The presidential election in Nigeria is still ongoing in Nigeria and in America. The incumbent president has a forged certificate issue going on now, presently. So people for Germany say, don't they put us for prayer? Because they know in a syncline that country should be burning right now. So they don't put the country for prayer already, because they know say yes, something will solve. So they are putting people in prayer in Nigeria. And since my brother, a lot of people have been DMing me, say, MC never talk. Oh, where MC submission? They won't go replay and they won't go reply. I say, no worry, people don't miss. No, you can't miss it. He hasn't spoken yet. Don't worry. The Orisha has not spoken yet. The Babalawo is defying law. So now you don't give them Shinap and Obi and everything. So he's ready to pass the message of the gods to us now. He don't raise hand. They don't pour the Shinap on top the Babalawo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah la.
Jimmy said that.
Oh yeah la, Baba Femo loju arina. Oh yeah la.
Good, good evening, Obedience. Good evening, my brother Jimmy. I love you, man. Good evening, Saddam. Good evening, Ibrahim, Mommy Bolanle, everybody, Liberty, Sewen. I can't really call all the names right now, just the ones I could see. I've been listening all through this space, and it's a delight to, listen to young, intelligent Nigerians speaking passionately about their country. But even better, the Bible says righteousness exalts a nation. What you notice is that we Nigerians are coming here to speak about Nigeria, but righteously. We are not coming here to defend certificate forgers. If you remember on this platform, Saddam, do you remember when I kept saying that where we will hold Tinubu is in this education part? Do you remember, my brother? And you are telling me you are standing on that 25% in Abuja. They never use technicality to knock that 25%. I kept saying it here. Where we will hold Tinubu is inside these academic qualifications. I put up a tweet earlier on today, and I asked a simple question. I said, like play, we are no more asking about his attendance of St. John's Primary School, Aroloya, and Children's Home School, Ibadan. We don't live, we don't do Chicago, we don't go far. We are not even talking about government college. Government college has gone from Ibadan to government college Lagos. Because we are here, we are standing on the university because Nigeria has been so bastardized, we won't find the truth in Nigeria. But it is so sad. I've listened to everybody today, and I want to say something. Maybe, do you know, maybe we are a corrupt nation. Maybe we are a bottom tier, useless scumbag. Maybe we deserve to be a narco state. Maybe we're as bad as the world thinks. We deceive ourselves. We brandish our high horse. Maybe all of this is the final humiliation of the Nigerian state and the Nigerian ego. Maybe the world is right, and all our overbearing nature as Nigerians needs to be humbled at the international sphere once and for all. Because I must tell you, with the Obedience, sometimes we seem in the majority, sometimes we seem in the minority. Maybe because we have reached a point as a country, we have lost. I see some arguments online, and I clap my hands and said, congratulations, Nigeria, you have officially lost your moral compass. You see them defending Farouk Perogi, all these names of non-entities. You see them coming to defend certificate forgery, identity theft. We are now in CSU, forgetting that this person forfeited $460,000 for drug trafficking. If you pursue him here, he go boss for here. If you patch him for here, he go boss for here. Where do you want to start with such a character? And this is who Mahmoud Yakubu looked at his dollars and said, oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll suspend the IREV. I'll suspend it. Look at the nonsense. But I will always remind Nigerians, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not spring up yesterday. Ibrahim reiterated a fact I have been drumming on this platform, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu knew in 2014 that he did not qualify to be president. This Muslim ticket he ran now was something Buhari did not even agree for. He was meant to have been vice president in 2014, 2015. Why am I saying this? He always knew he didn't qualify. But who laid the ground for the impunity over an 8-year cycle? Ahab, aka Muhammadu Buhari. About a few days, I don't know whether it was around the independence period. I saw one blog. Somebody went and interviewed Buhari. You people cannot understand. I had PTSD. I had trauma. I had a spike in my blood pressure. Just seeing that old wicked face again. And I swore for the person that went to do that interview. Some people in the history of this country should just go and die quietly. Who put us here? Did Tinubu get up and anoint himself? Did he get up? Is Buhari telling you people he does? Has Buhari ever go ask Buhari that, okay, you've known Tinubu at least since 2012. Have you ever gone to Tinubu's hometown? Has Tinubu ever showed you his father's house? They all knew. I went to Google. I was reading the names of all the people that APC had in their primaries. And do you people understand that APC had a professor of law who had been vice president for 8 years, and Kashim Shettima said he should go and sell popcorn and ice cream. And Bola Tinubu and his people called that man a traitor. I'm not holding brief for Shibanjo, but I'm telling you, do people realize that APC had options? But they dug in, and they were stepping down in their primaries for the biggest masquerade, who ended up being Bobo the Clown. Dear Nigerians, I must support Savik. Nigeria is finished. Nigeria is gone. If we can be humble enough this evening and accept one thing, whether you're APC, whether you're ANPP, whatever you are, if we can all accept today that Nigeria is finished, then we can start moving forward. Because we must reimagine Nigeria, we must deconstruct Nigeria, and we must reconstruct Nigeria. What is the Nigerian dream? Is there anything like a Nigerian dream? During the time of our parents, there was a Nigerian dream. Come out, get a good job, marry, have children, get a crib, born, What is the Nigerian dream for the average Nigerian youth right now? I know somebody that has been serving for almost 1.5 years. I know someone that has been in the final year for almost 2 years. We all saw the strikes under Buhari. Because if we don't get so caught up in Tinubu, Tinubu must resign with his entire bags and baggages. All must get the fuck out of this country. The other day, there was a video of the first son of the country stopping a fight. A first son of a country. Stop it. There's no kind of nonsense we have not seen in the media space. The other day, we saw a video of the first daughter of the market giving independence speech. I had to Google whether, because APC loves to, when a Lagos flood, they'll bring you New York flood. I had to Google, did Buhari's sister ever do Independence Day speech? I had to Google, was there ever a video of Buhari's son fighting when his friends were fighting? He was trying to stop them, so that if one bullet mistakenly goes off in that kind of place, that's when go just die, Sarah. We have gone to the bottom part of Nigeria. The first lady is coming out to tell you, my husband is not a magician. I'm sorry, my darling. Your husband told us he was a magician. Don't blame me. It's your husband your husband told me he will give me student loan. That's magic. That one is magic. Nigeria has barely given business loan. Your husband told us he was a magician. Your husband told us Buhari will do magic. When we asked your husband to tell us practically what he will do, your husband said he won't tell us. He has the greatest plans. He doesn't want to disclose it. Is it not magic? So your husband said he's a magician. He must perform magical. Fuel from 195 to 600 with one goofy inaugural speech. Dear Nigerians in the diaspora, there is something I'm going to, they say, there is something I'm going to end today. And I will tell you this, and you guys might not like to hear it. I sat down and I had an epiphany over this issue. And what occurred to me was that we've been getting this thing all wrong. The diaspora for the longest time has been expecting Nigerians at home to bear the mantle and the brunt of what happens next, end of quote. But the honest truth is, the ruling from the court in Chicago showed me one thing. Justice will not be found in the land of Lord Lugard. Because this same document, if it was placed before Nigerian judges, would not have seen the light of day. This is true. So Nigerians overseas, an estimated between 20 to 40 million of you, you must start the protests. You are where you will not be tear gassed. You are where you at least get up in the morning with lights. You can charge your phone overnight before you go. You are where you enter train to where you are protesting. You will not pay 600 naira a liter. You can go and start this protest. You are where if you take your placards and start, Tinubu must resign now in front of every high commission. The world will come and interview you faster than Channels TV will interview me if I started a protest in Lagos. Nigerian youth from Mohbad gathered at Tollgate. They were tear gassed. But French youth have seen them protest. So you people, the sanctimonious has ended. We did not do it in Nigeria. You must do it overseas. You must tell Christian Amampo to force an interview. If I call for it from Nigeria, I will be picked up tomorrow by DSS. Chike Bezim is still in prison. Hashtags don't work here. When I speak like this, I tell some of you, put me in prayers. I have so many, because those of us here can have our rights violated and nothing will happen. So I must tell you that the mantle of this, of what happens next, rests with Nigerians in the diaspora. David Hundeyin is in the diaspora and has done more for us in the diaspora. A lot of you are well versed on the issues going on now. Go and pay for 30 minutes on the closest CBS or whatever television station and go and tell the world about what is happening in Nigeria. I cannot do it. Arise TV has, in every three on Arise, they have one Rufai, one Ayo, who on a good day can sway both one way or the other, and one Abati, totally sold out. And then every other station is in cahoots with the government. So if you are expecting a people who are in a failed state, who have been fully caged, to start what happens next, you are a hypocrite. I hope somebody is hearing me with humility overseas and understanding what happens next. Let us just agree on this so that we don't disturb ourselves. Now, I must say this. Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, I don't count Okowa. He might be in Turkey getting veneers. I don't know where he has been since the election. Obi-Datti, at this point, your own level of cowardice has to stop. I am telling the other candidates, your own branded political brand of cowardice has to stop. Give the Nigerian people a date, Atiku Abubakar. You took this man to court and you have deposited him and everything on him has been found fake. Give the Nigerian people a date that we are coming out to march. Peter Obi, give us a date. You told us to stay indoors, and a lot of us have collected that insult. Peter Obi said we shouldn't go out. So we told a lot of people, we generals in the line, told a lot of people to follow you. Oh yeah, come and give Nigerians a date. All of you now, Sit amongst yourself and give Nigerians a date for when we are coming out to drag this man out of Asu Rock. It will be hypocritical for us to think he will resign. If he was overseas, he would have resigned. And I want to also say this. Please, remove any part of your brain that thinks you share in any stigma as a Nigerian, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going through what he's going through. Remove it. I know why I'm telling you to remove it. The world will victimize you, and I need you. If not for anything, tell the world I'm obedient and I did not vote that fucking drug baron. Don't mess with my Nigerian passport, so that you don't have a defeatist approach when the world starts kicking your ass, because they will. Why am I saying this? The same way, in this movement, a lot of Igbo politicians spoke up against Peter Obi, and we dealt with them. It's a long list of names from Ekweremadu to Uzokalu. Nobody got up and said, oh, the Igbo nation, because one politician was insulted. But a lot of people have tried to paint it as if insulting Tinubu is insulting the Yoruba race. Insulting Wole Soyinka is insulting the Yoruba race. Insulting Buhari is insulting the Fulani race. I come from a tribe where the mistakes of one man has painted all of us, from Uzogu to Ojukwu to Azikiwe to Nnamdi Kanu. One person's foolishness has painted my tribe for decades. A lot of you are getting used to this. It is painful, but you can see it. The foolishness of one man can terraform the entire respect an entire tribe gets. The Igbos have suffered this a lot. I'm sorry, but for some of you, it's a brand new phenomenon. And this is something I want us to diffuse today as Nigerians. Tinubu's folly, Tinubu's failures are not your failures as a Nigerian. Why am I saying this? The former president of America, Donald Trump, is currently going through a trial. It does not signify the failure of every American. What it signifies is the failure of Trump, Trumpism, and the hordes of mad people who support him. Tinubu's failures are Tinubu's failures, the failures of the APC, and the failures of the young dimwits who have thrown their moral compass in the dustbin to support him. It is not your failure as a Nigerian. Please, I beg you. Please, I beg you, don't wear another man's filthy garments. I tell you, go out and tell the world, I did not vote him. I voted for Peter Obi. Google Peter Obi. That's who we all voted for. Him and his friends stole the election. Please give me back my Nigerian passport. Because the insults will come, and we must face them with a united front. But let me remind you that Muhammadu Buhari held back Abba Kyari from being deported to the United States under the Hush Puppy case. The police cohort of Hush Puppy was held back by the APC government and Buhari till today. True or false? So if you think if you think this Chicago, we must call for Tinubu's honorable resignation. But you and I know that based on his insolence in Nigeria, nothing might happen. That is where you guys who are overseas must make this an international issue. We don't have a Justice Maldonado in the Nigerian judiciary system. I am sorry. We don't have a Justice Gilbert in the Nigerian Appeal or Nigerian Supreme Court. I am sorry. So let us accept these facts. We must push for international news organizations, even down to DJ Vlad. Everybody must go for interview. For Tinubu must go for interview. The other day, Peter Obi, yesterday or 2 days ago, Peter Obi had an interview on Arise. You saw all these children of the roasted corn masturbating all over the timeline, insulting Peter Obi. The guts, considering their candidate has not done a live interview for any free press in the last at least 18 months to 2 years. All he does is lie, lie, lie. A lot of you, I judge you people mentally, because if you sit down and tell me that this charade is interesting to you, you are banking on impunity to escape, for Tinubu to escape. He cannot escape on anything else but technicalities and impunity. You should be ashamed of yourself if you're in the APC in this platform. You should be embarrassed. This is what you're putting Nigeria through. Their article, Chicago State University is, as far as I'm concerned, come back and come and check St. Children's Home School and St. John's Aroloya. Let's check the entire pipeline of this man's educational platforms. I told you people, leave everything else. Now this book, now we go hold on. A man has not gone to school from nursery to primary. As I speak to you, I have a WhatsApp group of my primary school, Corona Papa. Guess what happened? Corona Papa currently does not exist anymore. I have a WhatsApp group of that school. We're still together today. And a man is telling me this nonsense in 2023. And some of you are hearing this, and your brain is telling you that out of such a liar, excellence will flow forth. They gave him Lagos. It took him 17 years to build a railway from CMS to Orile. 17 years and $3 billion. Someone cannot patch potholes. You look at the people that they nominate. Do you people understand that 48 ministers were nominated? Do you people understand that there are 36 states in Nigeria and the only governor you are hearing about is Alex Otti? If every governor was working with the intensity of Alex Otti, would we be here? The painful thing about the APC is that they are useless in governance and they are now causing us emotional damage. If the APC was working and Nigeria was good, but they were just always bringing out criminals, we will say, okay, this is maybe Chicago, the John Gotti style, that they are just criminals, but at least they have a plan. They have Las Vegas in mind. They have Miami. They have the boardwalk. They have a plan. Brainlessness, division, rubbish all over the place. Point to one APC governor that is performing. Just point to one. Anywhere APC wins tribunal, doom in the land. Anywhere APC loses tribunal, celebration in the land. Please, you people should help me check. Is there any bigger democratic sign of victory and loss than that? They go, they read appeal court tribunal. Everywhere was Nigeria looked like where they dropped a bomb. We have reached a point in this country where you cannot quote any newspaper article that has anything to do with politics from the year 2022 to 2023. It's all lies. It is all lies. Everybody is lying because of one man. Because I don't get this. The other day, Clark, somebody that has one foot in the grave, barely coherent, came out with dementia, supporting nonsense. Look at young Nigerians. From all the indication, this man is more of 90 years old than 70. You will tell me, I said it on this platform, 1980s children are 40. 1990s children are 30 plus. Begin with them born 1999 when democracy started is currently 24 years old. A child born when Buhari entered power in 2015 is currently 8 to 9 years old. If you give that child Tinubu and Shetima, by the time that child is 18 years old and has a PVC, would that child know what Nigeria is with the amount of gaslighting that happens in this country? Would those children be interested in elections after they've been ruled by a president that they cannot do? I've always asked Tinubu, what will happen for primary 2, primary 1, primary 3 students when they must write that comprehension of October 1st? My president. What is your name? Where were you born? Who is your mom? Who is your dad? What schools did you go to? What will they write? Who are your children? Who are your wives? Let's start there. You think it's me you are doing? Go and sit in Aston Rock. Kill the entire country. I said it that this man is willing to burn down this kingdom just to be king over the ashes. And it's happened. Kill everybody just to be in Aston Rock. No wahala. You have seen all the videos. There's a video on TikTok. They insulted one small child. You look like Tinubu. The child burst into tears. Is it me you're embarrassing, Bola Ahmed? Is it me you're doing? You think it's N6 or you think it's obedience or it's Peter B you're doing? Peter B that donated 50 million to one church in Soka, then donated 50 million to the Anglican church so that it will be balanced. You think it's Peter B you're doing? Look here. Nigerians, it is up to us. You have seen all the fake news media. It is up to you now to start your own Instagram page. If your name is Sylvester, call it sylvesternews.com. Start your own. You could be the next Concord. You could be the next This Day Tomorrow. If your name is Mary Chisom, start Mary Chisom. Is it not somebody that started LindaIkeji.com? Is she not driving Bentley today? Did she say, oh, my name Linda Ikeji is too Igbo? Maybe the tribalists won't listen to my content. Let me change it to Linda Thompson. She wrote Linda Ikeji, worked at that blog for more than 10 years, and she's a rich woman today. Start your own. All the newspapers have been compromised. Start your own. We have started Parallel Facts. Start your own. Start your own. It has all gone to shit. Nigeria is finished. Make we know they deceive ourselves. If relationship no they work, it's better to tell yourself this relationship is over. It is finished. Then you start the hard part of reconstruction. It's a wrap. Nigeria attained 1,000 naira to $1. If what are you okay? What other economic indices are you waiting to show it's a wrap than that? Are you waiting till it reaches 2.5 or 10K? Oh, okay, what 1.5? Look, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If Nigerians don't destroy APC will destroy Nigerians. I repeat, if Nigerians don't destroy APC will destroy Nigerians. APC is on a pathway to destroy Nigerians. They don't know what they are doing. You have a minister of communication and he's talking about AI and this one and that one. When simple, the first job the Minister of Communication just go and ask MTN, Airtel, Globacom, why is it that you will load 1 month data to finish in 1 week? Why is it that you load 1 week data to finish in 3 days? Let's start from data consumption. If the minister can solve that one for Nigerians, he has solved half of our problems. But they will chase shadows. Nonsense. Where are the ministers? Where are they? He has an eye for recruiting talent. All the talent in the ocean, thief, Olori Buruku, all of them. Call one talent. We still have a minister that is a youth copper, which is against the rules. Call one talent. I miss the old Nigerian villains. I miss the old Nigerian political villains. I miss the Diazanis. People that will go, they thief, they disappear. They don't come and thief and split the country. Diazani did not thief and clash the Yorubas and the Hausas head in NNPC. I miss the old villains. I miss the old Donald Dukes. They come, White Elephant Project, thief, build you nonsense that won't last. The old villains. I don't understand these new villains. These new villains that want to clash two tribes, that want to rule us by always instigating a near civil war. I don't get these new villains. This new DSS to arrest Taylor. Who are these guys? People that will hear a dam in Cameroon wants to overflow and they do nothing about it. And then it overflows and just floods 32 states. And the same dam has sent letter and we are going to overflow again and they're not doing anything. We have forgotten what happened with Lagdo Dam last year. Has anything been done by this government since then? You sit and you support the APC. You are a human being with a functional brain, with an eye, ear, hand, leg, and you support APC and Tinubu. You are a bastard. You are a bastard. It can never be well with you. It can never. You are not a patriot. You are not. You look at what these people are going to put in Nigerians through, and you say that they are progressives. It can never be well with you. No problem. No problem. I'm telling you, dear Nigerians, prepare to drag Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of Aso Rock. Because if you people think that he will live kindly, it's a lie. And I'm telling you that the final standoff will be everybody in this corrupt, what Peter because this thing of corruption, everybody in the hierarchy of corruption, you will just notice they will form the final Avengers. Just watch. Make they predict this thing. I don't see them for dream. At the end of the day, all 48 ministers, APC governors, all of them, Benedict, they will now stand in front of Aso Rock in a final standoff with Nigerians that the world will cover. Now, me, they tell you now, as this thing go end, we will have to go and drag them out of Aso Rock. Anything short of that is that we are deceiving ourselves. Look at the facts, look at the data. Bag of rice, this one, fuel, this one, dollar, this one, pounds, this one. You can't even access the pounds. You can't even jackpot. You can't even leave the country. It's sad. But let me remind you, Nigerians, Tinubu's L is not your L. He will carry his cross alone. It has nothing to do with you. And if you go out and anybody insults you, gives you a tough time, rain fire and brimstone on their head. Be prepared to pull out your phone and show them photos of Peter Obi. Be prepared to wash Nigeria's dirty linen in public. Let it be clear that Nigeria's leaders are criminals. Be prepared, please, I beg you. But don't go and take anybody's L that is not your own. Tinubu and his people have messed up. They are going to carry their cross. Don't let any airport official, any nonsense, because I know it's going to come. I've been seeing the rumblings. Some other countries don't they get mouths. Yesterday they were dragging Nigerian women online. Some countries don't they get mouths. And we must be united in fighting for our respect. This stain, whether this man is removed from power or not, is a stain we're all going to bear. But I promise you that if anybody strikes you with it as an insult, strike them back. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We ran an election in 9 months and we won an election. And as proof of that election we won, the only governor that they even allowed us to have is the best performing governor in the country. Facts. The other that they are fighting us now to go and do re-election with is the only House of Rep member that submitted five transformers to his constituency under 100 days. For the next elections that are coming, please, I beg you, my people, vote LP, top to bottom. Imo State, Bayelsa, anywhere, the Delta, anywhere there's an election. We need a lot more Alex Otis. We need a lot more Alex Otis. Obedience, I love you. You're on the right path. Please, fight for Nigeria. Fight for Nigeria, I beg you. Stay angry. What these people have done to us is economic sabotage, is a travesty. In any other countries, they'll be brought out as traitors and imprisoned for life. Please, I beg you. Don't judge, don't fall for their lies, their gaslighting, and their sentiments. Stay strong. Love each other as Nigerians. Love each other. Love each other. They will fight us with tribalism. They will fight. Look at the other day, an imam came out. Yeah, if leave Mohbad for the Christians. Look at it. Look at it. The moral compass of the country is gone. But we are the last hope of Nigeria. We are the last buffer. And please let us stand strong. Don't get tired. If you reach you know if you use your main account, open a burner. But anybody that is leading Nigeria along lies or a path of unrighteousness, they must collect. Peter Obi won this election. Peter Obi won this election. Peter Obi won this election and it was stolen and rigged from him. That is a fact I want you to wake up every day and tell yourself. Atiku is the one that took Tinubu to court in Chicago. They are insulting Peter Obi and Obedience. Is it us that took him to court? Atiku, is it us that took him to court? It's so sad where Nigeria is. It's heartbreaking. But please don't remove your leg from the pedal. On October 1st, due to bad roads, a tanker fell, exploded, and almost 15 people died. October 1st. Don't pity these people, I beg you. They're not pitying us. Don't pity them. They're not pitying us. One chance got a young lady stabbed her throughout of this thing. They brought her to a hospital. She died on record. And there is a video of that girl speaking intelligently. That everything that girl came to this world and everything, that girl might have found the cure for cancer. Otilo. Because of Nigeria. Don't pity APC. APC is not pitying you. Don't pity Tinubu. Tinubu is not pitying himself. In this same 4-year period, Oyetola and Adeleke ran to America and read book, got 1 degree and came back. Since that time, Tinubu has not gone to LASPO to struggle and collect one. Obasanjo still went and got degree in theology. Big boy. Big boy. You go hear him. Obedience, I love you all. At this point, I've listened to so many submissions. God bless you all. Keep the fire burning. Tinubu must resign now. It's our mantra moving forward. Enough of these insults. Enough of these insults. What's his name? Nixon no do reach this one for Watergate. He come out for America. Tinubu must resign now in his best interest. I yield.
All right.
Where do we start from there now? You see why I say, I know, imagine say this one talk before I can't talk. I don't go recon space again. I go just end up. People don't do my DM already say, Jimmy, are they vex? NCs don't talk now. Oh yeah, maybe they go Washington. Oh, double, so if NCs not talking, I don't know, saying I go stand up, Abi. Bro, that was beautiful. As always, you know, I had people asking me, when NC's submission? Eriwo! Yeah, he has
Because at this point, my brother, Atiku and in the elections. Who was cheated in the elections? Was it my money? Was it not them?
Sizu, and everywhere in Nigeria listening to me right now. CSU, they don't confirm, they don't disown the documents. Say this certificate where this guy carry go mintai neko, not be we give him under oath. It's now official. The transcript will be coming out, and guess what? I go rob him. That useless policeman, what did they call him? They tweet say they don't arrest Naira Marley. There is no important news than this fake document. This Tinubu news right now is the world news. There is no news bigger than this in Lagos. No news bigger than this in Nigeria. No news bigger than this in Africa. No news bigger than this. Well, I said they don't impeach the Republican speaker. But that one has small news. Right now, Tinubu, in Saddam's voice, is a criminal. Officially a criminal. You can call him a presidential criminal. No be we talk am. We are not making it up. It is now out there. And not be Nigeria, they can't find them out. Now America here, Bodo Yibo here for Chicago, my Zanga. Olórí burúkú mọ́gàjí àwọn àtọ̀lé yín Tinubu kò ní record, kò ní certificate. Olórí burúkú ni. Adójútì ni. That's the president you have. Fake certificate. Fake certificate. Now you go to school where you say the school now 1974 they found the school, but you now 1970 you go. Now you go cut the grass, the founding fathers. Now you pave the ground where they build the school. Baba Weri. See this madness.
Tinubu has an NYSC exemption before NYSC exemptions existed.
See,
how are we doing this? How are we even discussing this as Nigerians? Maybe Jimmy we are that corrupt. Maybe,
bro, it's a Nigerian thing.
Because I don't understand.
It is a Nigerian thing. It is.
Look at the entire system of support the man has. Is there any sphere of Nigeria that this man has not gotten support from? High echelon members of society. Just look at the entire charade. I would feel insulted if I went to school and graduated from I went to a Nigerian university graduate. I know the hellfire I went through. I would feel insulted if I had to defend a man. I feel defend him, but once I reach where I find out, say the guy no go primary, he no go secondary. He don't dey cap for me. Maybe like the way me and Saddam now, we don't Saddam go every time Saddam goes, I went to UNN. In N6, my big bro went to UNN. Me, half of the things why they make me they love Saddam. I say, go UNN. Now maybe one day Saddam go run for president. Everybody don't know say NC Saddam balance space 20 years friendship. Hey. Now I go find out say Saddam no go UNN. Then me I go come and come the defense Saddam. Can you imagine? We really play for this country. Oh. We they really play for Nigeria.
Obedience. Be una bombard it most social media platform. Screenshot as many as possible. WhatsApp, bombard everywhere. We have the numbers. Bombard everywhere. Instagram, screenshot and bombard. But get what? Only real news. No, Emma, don't take out of it. Look out for the credible sources, the people that will be posting. Myself, Mr. Jackson, David Udenyi, you will know the parallel facts. Screenshots, you are allowed. WhatsApp, text message, send to people. Send it out there. Let people know. It's no more news. It is out there now. Worldwide news now. The criminal drug baron has added to his title. Is now an international forger. An international certificate forger. APC. Look at what you put Nigeria to.
It is official.
Official. What is stamp whereby? What is stamp whereby? Legit in the confirm.
Plus identity theft. Plus identity theft.
Exactly. We
must remember that identity theft.
You see,
because that forger, they see if it argue among technicalities.
You see, for me, the NC when he came out and he was saying, "Are we the cause? Are we the problem?" Or I'm just so happy with all this expose going on right now because for me it is an unveiling of Nigerians. Let us see truly who truly love this country, people that really like this country. You will see all these people that were making noise for the past couple of days. All these your religious leaders, your traditional leaders, your opinion shapers in society, all of them, you will just see it right now, Nigerians, that we are on our own. Or is our case, Nigerians. They are all in the bag of that criminal. It is the unfortunate truth. But you're going to see it play out. Don't worry. On Sunday, some of your pastors are telling you, forgive, forgive. It's the past.
Move on.
And move on. After all, Saul moved on. Samson, Barnabas moved on. Theophilus and the rest moved on.
Judas too, move on.
Judas.
Ananias and Sapphira forgave. Lamba.
Then we give you all of them and you people will not see it for yourselves. No wahala, we did here.
Obedience with skills. Saddam, obedience with skills. Translate the news in Hausa. Translate in Igbo. Let it get to the grassroots. Let people know what is going on. Translate it. If you can make a video out of it, speak Hausa, speak all the languages. Everybody monto jele.
And honestly, NC's called us out. Diasporans, please, in your cities, please let us start mobilizing. We just have to make this protest across. Let us make protests across the Western world. At this point in time, we have to denounce this man. We have to denounce this man openly.
Now go suffer. We were in Nigeria. They don't use poverty whole also. My passport. Nobody they use passport for a year. We don't get money. We don't fit travel.
Nigerians in diaspora, please start organizing yourselves in your numbers. Fix a date and please sacrifice just one day. Enough. 1 day, 2-3 hours. Come out in your numbers. 10, 20, 30 of you guys showing your displeasure.
Tinubu must resign now. It must be an international hashtag.
Please. It is very, very, very important. And the way we push this hashtag, we don't know how far it's going to go. Somebody somewhere might jump on it and make it get more viral. But as it stands out like this, now we get ourselves. So All right, let's pass the mic to people who have been speaking for so long. Thank you to you, my brother. It's a wonderful submission. Jimmy, thank you for the addendum. Thank you so much. Welcome to Nigeria. I don't know if you're there. I don't know who's going to go next.
But
Please just take it away.
the problem now is that people are talking about this fake certificate too much.
Please, wait a minute. I beg no verse. I beg run one for me. I beg run one for me.
You are my classmate, Saddam. I think I
no, no, please. Yeah, but I was missing
because
on
you
our
will be-
graduation day.
you
So
will be
you
the
got your own.
one that we go to TVC for me, please. You have
Please, I
got
beg run one for me. I beg run my own. I forget them. The day when they do graduation. Something
Sada, why stress yourself? Less than $1,000, you get interview with Reno Mokiri and online support. He has 2 million followers. Not an for you. Hey, God, I beg you.
But anyway, congratulations to me. I just got my own certificate. CSU just issued my own certificate. I'm very happy. Please, after Tinubu resigned,
About how much did you pay, Ronzan?
that's nothing.
Did you pay in coke or cash?
That's nothing. So after Tinubu resigns, I'll be running for office. Don't worry, me, I will not lie. I did not get first class. I don't have honor in my certificate, but I shall have a CSU certificate. So thank you very much. All right, let's just go back to our speakers. Okay, let's take ladies. Dr. Royal, you have been here for so long, so let's start. Right.
Oh, wow, oh my God. Thank you so much, Roman Nigerian. Thank you, Saddam. Thank you, Emma. Saddam, thank you, Sizzle. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, everybody. I can't. Thank you, sir. Don't tire me to talk because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, I just I was going through what I call this news platform now, and I saw a post by one. When they call the guy Temi Tokbe Ajayi, one senior special advisor to the president. If you can just check it on Twitter, you see the guy is very. I think he should be on the jumbotron. Very, very sad. He was attacking Atiku that after what Tinubu had done for him, imagine exposing Tinubu to this level of ridicule and something trauma, whatever. So these guys, they know the effect it has, or this whole issue now has on the presidency. How it has become an illegitimate seat at this point in time. And you know, Cecil, you said so much that people like us don't know what to go talk again, but we're given the mic, we have to speak, say something. My kids were asking me this morning, Mommy, why, what happened? What's going on with the president? And I was speechless. I said it on Mindset Space today. I was speechless. I had to swallow saliva first and breathe in before I could give a response to those children. Why is the president forging certificate? Why is it working on? I mean, how do you explain to the younger generation what is going on? We are taking all the bad blows. We are taking all the insults, all the everything, obedience, and all the works. How do you explain to these young children coming up, the ones in their teens, the ones in their tens? How in the 1, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20, how do you explain to these children? Okay, we can even we see how Susie was talking. Mind-boggling. Everybody that has been speaking since Emma, everybody that's speaking, how mind-boggling and heart-wrenching, and your mental health is like it's going to just tear apart. Then how do you explain to the young children what is going on? Now, of the truth, we have really seen the irreparable damage that they were talking about. It was real after all. It was real. It was real. I was wondering, this is irreparable damage. I didn't quite understand. I knew what was going to happen, but I didn't quite. Now I fully grasp that it's an irreparable damage. I think someone was saying we need 100 years to undo what has been done. But thank God for what Sizzle said. Don't chest it. Reject it. Don't receive the name that you're being called. The people when get the L, make them chop them. Now, like what someone was talking about the Ariola and all that, trying to put their children everywhere. We must reject these people. We must stand against them. This is not who we are. Yes, some of us are corrupt. Some of us are terrible. Some of us are devilish. The Kenyans of this world, the reno mockeries of this world, the FFKs and all the demonic people, they are there. But this is not who we really are. Nigeria has obedience. Nigeria has well-meaning Nigerians. Nigeria has people who are doing well all over the world. This is not who we are. We need to reject this. So yes, Jimmy, I agree with you. We need to reject it. So Saddam, I agree with you. We need to reject it. This is not who we are. And I know this was saying it's difficult to protest here. We know in our own way, we go do am. We go do am. Those who are on ground will do it. Diaspora will do it. The whole world must hear the voice of Nigerians. This is not who we are. That should be maybe one of our placards. We are not, this is not who we are. We are better people. We have demons amongst us. We have forgeries amongst us. We have supporters of criminality among us. We have the bad idiots amongst us. I will say it with my full chest. We have the ones who support criminality. I was saying today in my speech, I said, Mohamed Tinubu has no power. The power he has are his supporters. These guys, APC, they've got no power. The power they have are his supporters. Look at Gabon president. He was crying out for help. Make una shout, make noise, make noise. That was an all-powerful president who thought he had the whole country under his feet. He closed down social media during the elections, rigged the fucking election and won. But what happened? He thought he had all the power. What happened to him? He was locked up in his room and was shouting to the world, "Hey, help! People, speak up, speak up." These men are not powerful. The power that they have are the people around them, the supporters, the ones who receive bribe, who deaden their consciences and refuse to stand for nationhood, but stand for their belly. The ones who are threatened are selfish. Because if you're not selfish, you will not succumb to threats. David, you then came out to speak out. You say you never hear. They came out in the UN to speak out. UN Human Rights program they had to speak up. He did a video on Twitter and posted it everywhere because he refused to succumb under threats. When you are threatened and you succumb, you are selfish. Because true to all die and die. You have only once to die, only once to live. Nothing they happen. If you don't die for anything, you never all the mathematics of this world. How long did they live? Today, we are named as this song on this earth. Jesus Christ lived for only 33 years. Today, we are still worshiping Him. It's not how long you live. So if you keep having that, if you're being threatened and you succumb, you're selfish. That's the truth. Then if you're being bred and you succumb, you are just the scum of the earth. So these people have no power. The power they have are supporters around them. And if you are a supporter of bats and of criminality, woe unto you. The Bible says offense shall come or woe unto them. Woe unto you. Woe, that means curses unto you to your fourth generation. Because this is shameful. This is cringing. This is heartbreaking. And the National Assembly must stand up and start. Yes, I'm going to stop right now. They're going to start, what they call it now, impeachment proceedings on this man, him and his wife, to get out of that place. Then, of course, Supreme Court should do the needful. Then the people should stand up and protest against this criminality. We must speak of this is not who we are. Cecil, I don't agree. This is not who we are. This is not who we are. We are better than this. Thank you. I yield.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Lore. Let's quickly go to Sarah. Sarah, you have been here for so long, then we'll come to Lady Liberty Champion. I can see you, Mr. Kola. They call me Lexi. Sarah, you don't come. I can see you. Sarah, are you there? Sarah, I want to believe you're not close to you. Okay, let's just go to
well, minute before we proceed, I just saw. Okay, David, welcome. Nice to have you on the space. That's the Baba David àsìkò tiwa lélẹ́yìí. Òun ló pa Gòláyátì nígbà ayé Bible. Ó tún wá pa Tinubu báyìí. Ó wá pa Jagaban. Ó pa Gòláyátì. Ó tún wá padà wá pa Jagaban báyìí. Kárí ọmọdé yìí. Ó lè ó kàn kìtì ó dá láì. Yọ. O ṣeun. Amọ̀rí ọba. All right. That be.
Jimmy, you don't use incantation, chop your network. Incantation, don't eat your network, Jimmy. Orishi.
Oh, well, Jimmy don't incantate himself for me.
Oh, American network, yeah, language. Say, no. You can't continue with this guy. Jimmy. Oh my goodness. David Uday, God bless you, my brother. Thank you for joining us on the platform. I beg you, you should come out and come up and make we hail you small. I beg my brother. You don't try. As in you are. I said it earlier on in my submission. I say every generation has a Goliath, and every generation needs a David to take down that Goliath. And in our generation, God brought you up and has used you, and they have hit these Goliaths. The problem now is Goliath used to be a man. This one now is a hermaphrodite. A man in the morning, a woman in the afternoon, a man in the night, a woman, a bat in the midnight. So you see, it's a mixture of different, it's a concocted Goliath. But my brother, God bless you for what you have done. Please do not relent. Stay strong, keep pushing. You have a whole movement behind you. Do not forget that. God bless you. All right, I'm in Nigeria. Back to you.
All right. Okay, I think Jimmy said his other phone. That. All right, quickly, let's just go straight to okay, Lady Liberty, please go ahead. After which we'll come to call me Lexi.
Hey, my
Sorry,
goodness.
Sorry.
Okay.
Jimmy, you don't go bring
My phone, the
this
other
one.
phone don't off the remain and no verse. So
Jimmy, you don't incantate, say
no be incantation. I just dey hail David now. I just dey hail him. I dey hail the guy. You see? All right. So let me just hit the point straight. Miss Bell made a very valid point on a tweet she tweeted about 2-3 minutes ago. She said requesting for his resignation automatically, the VP is going to take over. But instead, requesting for his resignation. Yeah, the VP is going to take over. But instead, we should demand for his disqualification, which is, everything that goes with it goes out. So I think that's what should happen. So let's put that in mind. We don't want him to resign, because if he resigns, another devil is taking over. We want the resignation of them law. So let's note that, please. Okay, thank you guys. I just thought I should chip that in before, but incantation does run my battery down, But yeah, thank you, David, once again. God bless you, my brother. The seed you've sown, even though we've been hearing about this thing, but you took it a step further. You dug into it. You brought out the proof and evidences to show people, and you were persistent. You were always hammering on it. If you had not done that, Atiku won't pick it up as a tool to use. So now Atiku is now the bad person for humiliating Tinubu. Good for them.
Tinubu is not a
No,
bad
it's not a
person
bad.
for rigging
No,
election for his
no, it's
friend
not.
Atiku, from his
No,
friend.
it's Atiku now,
Tinubu.
because Atiku disgraced him internationally. So now it's Atiku's fault. It is Atiku. These are the kind of animals we are sharing the same country with. Nigeria. Don't worry, we'll get to that very soon. But thank you, David. You can request for the mic. You always have a house seat here anytime you come. God bless you. Thank you so much. Back to you, 1 minute.
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. All right, Lady Liberty, go ahead.
Is there a way, technology-wise, we can run Tinubu's face through the databases of other African countries? I have a theory about his childhood, but I can't really place it. I still think, I don't know if it's scientifically possible that with maybe the face a man has now can be run through a database to find out what, his origin. I still think this man is still somewhere under Bonaventure, something from maybe Angola or Burundi. I'm telling you, the day will carry this guy's face to one quiet province in Conakry. Now we go here and say, this is Umfufu Pamalele now. This is our guy. I'm still telling you that I don't know why I believe this, because what age did he get to Nigeria? If technically his age starts in Nigeria at about 17, 18. He grew up somewhere. His mother didn't cover him in a calabash for the first 2 decades
I
of his
recall,
life.
wait.
No, be so I talk this thing. Till
Wait
David Day
now,
go find this guy Guinea
calm
passports.
down.
Okay.
Did you say Mfufu Ingilali? What did you just call that man?
Mpumalanga Bonaventure. I know. They call the okay.
God, I bet me a mysterious human being is in that
That sounds like a name of that man where they inside the gods are not the gods are not crazy. I mean the gods are crazy. It sounds like that man where they wear this thing. We be like Ibrahim grandfather. That man.
Okay, when you have time, call a Kenyan and say the name Yekini Amoda Shangodele. How does that one sound? Has that name not? Has it not come up? Una go still this Bonaventure. Una go okay. We'll land at this bus stop. Make I just they ask my question. They go. I have my own theories.
People they look for fake certificate for Nigeria too many. Many people they say wrong my own wrong. That's why people don't they wait for Tinubu things. Lady Liberty, please go ahead.
In fact, I don't know. My people, I greet all of you where they hear me, and all of you where they speaker, and all of you where they listen. From Violence Radio to the YouTube channel to everywhere, I greet all of you seriously and seriously. You know, Sizo, when you started your submission, I noticed that you actually did your best to stay upbeat. I could notice, in fact, I sense the I don't know what to call it. That normal Sizzle way of giving us submission. There was something there, It's a really, really sad day for Nigeria as a nation. So actually sense this in your submission, in the tone of your voice, that you really, wanted to just keep it level and keep everybody, upbeat. And I thank you for that effort that you put there, because like Dr. Royal said in one other space, it's a real sad day for Nigeria. And you are spot on with your submission. From our various spaces, we've come to realize that we cannot continue to castigate our fellow Nigerians back home, because the circumstance they are under, even as you, Sizo, it's not easy, because you cannot blame the victims who are being victimized right now. So yes, you're right. And I'm sure the dog whistle is out, and I can assure you, I trust my diaspora and obedient and well-meaning Nigerians. I go begin to see things that happen. It's definitely going to kick off, because already me and some people done the dialogue quietly. It's going to kick off. It's really, in fact, by the way, people, some of you might be here and not know, the Speaker of the House for US has been voted out of office. Share, you people, they see something, so hey. Life, I'm going to Capitol tomorrow. I'm going to be there. Any activities going on, I'm going to soak it up. It's really exciting. Anyway, my people, thank you so much, Sizzle, for your submission. And thank you so much, because at one point I really know where to pick up from, because it was difficult, but you kind of gave me a way in. So my people, well-meaning Nigerians have, well-meaning Nigeria, thank you, my brother. Well-meaning Nigeria has put a tweet on the Jumbotron. Well-meaning obedience and Nigerians, we can eat and chew gum at the same time. In the midst of the obstacles we face, we managed to put in one LP candidate governor in Abia State. It's not impossible, we can do it, Please come out, and this Sunday we're having a town hall for our 3 off-cycle candidates election coming up in November 11th for Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State. Nothing is impossible for us. We have demonstrated we are capable. As bad as the system will be, we have learned, and this time around we will be doubly prepared. So please come and support our candidates for their elections in November. So it will be a question and answer session. We'll try and make it very interactive. And they also need support. Because, as you guys are aware, they are fighting against people that have their hands in the national treasury. So they have a bottomless pit. So the way we've done it, we'll continue to do it. State by state, we will deliver our country. In fact, Saddam, I beg, I want to put a call out. You know, the people that design the All Eyes on Judicial, I beg, make una design something about disqualified Tinubu now. We have to trend that thing. We have to, you know, so not be. So Saddam, update your tweet, I beg. Maybe you go do JT competition again. The best design for disqualified Tinubu now. All forms of logo and so that we go begin to trend and use that, you know, that will be the next merchandise. I mean, the next memorabilia that we go collect, because I've collected quite a few now in my own archive. You know, when I'm telling my children and grandchildren the story of a time in Nigeria, you know, those are the evidence I will demonstrate. I'm going to show to them. My brother David Udeni and today, you know, well done to you guys and to everybody, to Arewa Chick, everybody. Lady Pearls, you are fantastic. UC Maxwell, I see you. JP and all of you. John Ville, magnific dude, you know. Lady Madonna, our women leader of Lagos, you know, I see you. Abuki Nagiri, you know, it's about saving our country. We have to do what we can. So my people in diaspora, you know, I will trust you to use your initiative. You know, we will do and continue to fight. So please support us on Twitter Space this Sunday at 3 p.m. as normal, as usual. What we do best, let's continue doing. If I make a do one amebo, I kind of listening to the Agbado Space this morning. My goodness, the lamentation is beyond belief. Is beyond belief, man. Those people, to the point where they are castigating Atiku. In fact, some people are advocating that Tinubu must go and dig up fake or real, any dirt they can find on Atiku. It was so hilarious to be listening to, you know. I'm telling you, this is wonderful. But let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I want to thank everybody for making me a very, very proud Nigerian. I mean, I'm not ashamed to be a Nigerian. No, I beg, I'm not ashamed to be a Nigerian. You know, see, Nigeria is my country. Tinubu will not spoil it for me. He not go spoil them for me. I'm not ashamed to be. I'm a proud Nigerian. Anytime, any day. So people, hold your head very, very high. We have nothing to be ashamed of. Not them. We know who the enemies of Nigeria.
God bless you.
We know who the enemies of Nigeria are. They are making themselves very known. We know them. So they are, you know, the leprechauns and chameleons are really turning into their true color. So we're seeing them. So we know who they are. So when that time comes, we know those that we are going to take down one by one. In fact, they are. Look, people, well done. You know, this is my proudest moment in Nigeria as a Nigerian, that we can, you know, hold true to power the way we are doing as a family and as a movement. You know, and David, thank you for everything you've done. You know, you have been like the lone voice, the John the Baptist in the wilderness. You know, thank you for dropping all those nuggets that you're giving to us, that we are galvanizing and multiplying the effect. Everybody, known and unknown, we give you thanks for everything. You see, a new Nigeria is possible. It's possible. Nigeria does not belong to Tinubu. This hot seat, he can't sit down for him. In fact, well-meaning Nigerian, I am using the mic. Please send me my own certificate. Please, thank you.
Wait, did you school from home? That's the problem.
Yes, so I have you say, you know, every great leader, every great woman leader schools from.
Hey, great men do, great men and women.
No, great women too. Great women too. They study at home, not just men.
I have seen it. All right, thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's go straight to Call Me Lexi. Call me Lexi.
Women Nigeria, I beg, no vex. Please. This thing is funny, but make we see play them again, please.
Those days, great men today, they wrote DC from home. Not everybody does. They went to the four walls of the schools or secondary schools. I'll mention names. One of the greatest lawyers this country has ever produced, that has the best university today, Afe Babalola. He did not get formal education in the four walls of the school. Afe Babalola. Great men all over the world. So it is a virtue, not a vice. I want to tell you that. So that's done and dusted. Next one.
The controversies are on ending because
I'm one by one. I'm resolving them one by one. You are the one playing it all. I'm giving you answers.
What have having a conversation.
Look, I'm telling you that you're the one playing it off.
Really.
Because people, let me tell you there, people just take stories out of social media and regurgitate them on networks like this. Regurgitate it on social media.
We're not talking about social media reports.
You're not talking about social media.
In 1999, when he was running, the certificates that he dropped are right now, and the forms that he did submit right now to run for president, the certificate, there's the discrepancy there that has been
Chicago State University.
That wasn't submitted in 1999.
Which one did he submit?
Where's the primary?
I just explained that to you now.
You're confirming to us that he didn't go to a primary school. Is that what you're saying?
He did not reveal it. But I'm just telling you that he did not reveal it. But I'm telling you that in those days, you don't have to go. You don't have to. They read and pass GC from home. Great men do.
And secondary school?
Great men. Yeah, the secondary school. That's GC now.
Yeah.
Yes, they pass it from home.
Okay. Or they pass it from home?
Yes, great men do. And it's a part of it is fact. It is one of the virtues that you used to know great men. That they read and
go to school.
That they read from home. They read and dug in and bugged in.
See, these are Bessie Papa. These are Bessie Papa. We get children. This was the ticket that gave
even worse. This is a lawyer.
This is what when they called him, say I must be a minister.
He's a minister.
This was a tape they played that gave him ministerial appointment. Great men do. See, have you forgotten me? The proponent of great men do. You gave every other minister, he didn't give me. Great man. Ha!
And he was given Minister of Aviation.
Aviation.
I will not be rushing to enter any flights for now.
Great men fly.
Of all positions.
One name, imagine make you meet pilot for plane. Pilot tell you, I did not study piloting. Great pilot studied from home. You go enter that flight. Maybe they play for this country. Maybe they play.
See, guys, let me just use this opportunity. Look, we're just saying all these things. Let's just not forget the fact that David actually brought these things to limelight. Honestly speaking, we can't overemphasize how much this man has done. And we have about 2,800 people here. The least you can do is just subscribe to his African Daily News. You know, you can do that just to show him love. Okay, you've already registered, you've already subscribed. You can subscribe for 2 or 3 more people. That is the least you can do. I've done that, and I did that since last year, close to a year now. And I subscribed. I did that with I'm doing it for 2 people, including myself, making 3. A little bit annoying. You see, Yoruba people. Let me just say a quick prayer. Yoruba people says in Yoruba money, aloye, igi yeregun loko, David, okun ki gbe, osa ki gbe, àṣírí ẹ̀kọ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ tú lójú ewé, ojú ò ní ẹ̀tì, ojú kì í ta mọ́ kókó lójú àmọ́, ayé ó máa fẹ́, ó sì máa fẹ́ tayé. God bless you, my brother David. You've done a great job, and we will forever cherish you. You see, it's good that we Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, the world, they are looking, they are listening to some people are whispering, they are calling their so-called president out. I think we did not put him there. We did not support him. We knew this from the onset. We knew this. We've been shouting since yesterday, but I won't come back there. As Saddam always say, now Babich, they go ask for them. We grew up with them. We went to the same class with them. They are now displaying their potentials now. Anyway, let me not hog the mic. We have people